Hey guys, welcome back to B watched a movie. B watched a movie and I watched a donkey, and we got together in
Tijuana, Mexico.
That's where you go to bungee jump.
That's what they play when you arrive in Tijuana.
Yeah, that's
Tijuana, Mexico.
Avocados from Mexico.
Do you have a donkey to ride to the desert?
I wish there's just
maybe that's like Arabia. I've been watching Aladdin way too much.
Arabian Nights, Arabian Gaze.
I mean, it's without a doubt, dude, the greatest Disney movie of all time. Aladdin, it is. I will say, dude, I like last night I was up to like 4 fucking o'clock in the morning, dude. I was playing Fallout 76 with and I was like, it was like 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, and I was like on a team. 4
o'clock in the fucking morning.
It was like I was on a team with these other dudes, and like we didn't talk or anything, but there's like emojis that you can do to signify that you appreciate something or whatever. And then, like, you go to their camp and they like have all this stuff set up, like you can buy stuff from them, like a vendor, like so you can like have in-game items that you can't, like maybe you haven't got to a level to get them yet. So I went into this camp, dude. It's like I was like, I'm a 40-year-old man, and this is what I'm doing. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, dude. I've been doing this for like an hour and a half, dude. I went into this camp and this dude was standing there, and he had built this little camp up, and he was like looking at me, and I was like trying to find out where he'd set his vendor thing up so I could go look at what he had. And he did the emoji. He was like, "So." He's like, no. And then I followed him, and he took his gun out, and he was like pointing at the vendor. He's like, and I started browsing, dude, like I was in a comic book store looking for like an issue that I wanted, and I was like going through all the stuff, and it took me like 15 minutes, dude. And then he was like, dude, I got done. I spent like 1,000 caps, which is like, for my level, it's pretty expensive because I don't have a lot of caps. But I turned around, dude, and he was standing there the entire time. He's just been staring at me while I've been going through all of his stuff. And then he did like one of these heart emojis. He's like, and I did it back. I was like, oh, so that's the currency of today. Because and dude, I went into I played a game where you had to you had to fight super mutants or something. I don't know what. It was like a daily op. And this guy, I arrived and he was waiting for his teammates or anybody to show up so he could start the game. And he was standing there. I was like, I'm low. He was like level 400 something. Like, I don't know. I'm like level 76. So he's like he's been playing for a long time. He was like, follow me. He did the emojis like that.
Come to win now.
No, because he took care of everything. Like I was like, so you're daddy and I'm your child. Because he just went through the level and he was like telling me, he didn't talk, but he was like doing the emotion, or the emoji, follow me and don't do anything else. I got all these weapons and shit. So I was like, all right. It was fun.
So it's basically like when you go shopping with your wife and you're like, come, we go home.
Yeah, except I didn't have to pay. I was like, so this is what it's like to be the woman, huh? I don't have to do shit. It's just to walk around. Yeah, what's up, bitch? Yeah, I got my man here.
Whenever I go shopping with my wife, that's me. I'm like the guy from Thanksgiving, the dad. I'm like, come, we go to Florida.
I got to tell you something else, dude. I watched this thing. I don't know why this shit. It popped up on my recommended on YouTube, but it was like this shit's been living in my head rent free, and it was Macho Man talking about how he got to the top of the mountain. He goes, "No little pukes just on my left, and no little pukes just to my right. I got there on my own, yeah, just by myself like this." And the camera zooms in on his eyes, and it's one of those shorts. And people in the comments were like, "He was like, when my phone's on low, I just plug it in and I put this video on, and it recharges by itself because of Macho Man's energy." And dude, this one guy, dude, the comments were the best. This dude, I laughed for like fucking 15 minutes straight. This guy was like really doing a very like emotional. He's like, "Oh, when I was younger, I was really depressed and suicidal, and I saw this video when it was live, when he did this promo, and it saved my life. Thank you, Randy." This guy on the bottom of it was like, okay. This guy was like, okay.
You never know. You never know what it's gonna be, man. Sometimes it could be anything. But Macho Man's is good of a thing to save your life.
This one was dead on. Like the highest voted comment on that video was this person was like, if high blood pressure was a person. I was like, that's dead on what Randy said.
Dude.
He's like he's a walking, talking pre-workout.
My favorite one of all time is always, "Oh yeah, the cream rises to the top." Like that gets me going.
The one guy that does the best impression I've ever heard in my fucking life. Will Sasso is amazing, but Dan Soder, my God, dude, it's dead on Macho Man. He does Macho Man perfectly, and he does Dave Chappelle. He does Dave Chappelle so fucking like convincingly that one of his friends that has a podcast, a comedy podcast, he's a stand-up, Dan Soder is, but he was on this Fox News reporter. They wanted to do like some kind of interview about comedy today or whatever. and she's like, hey, and the guy was like, oh, I know Dave, and she thought he meant Dave Chappelle. So he didn't mean Dave Chappelle. He meant like another Dave that was in the comedy business. But this lady thought and so he called Dan Soder and was like, "Can you pretend to be Dave Chappelle and talk to this lady for like just prank call her?" And they had like live, dude. It, like he convinced the shit out of her. Like it was fucking amazing, dude. Like he's like I'm awesome.
Yeah, Macho Man seems like it'd be pretty easy if you put some work into it. Dave Chappelle would be hard though, because he's got his own voices, you know.
Well, but I don't know, because Macho Man, Will Sasso does a good. He does the best Jesse Ventura I've ever heard in my life, but. No, Macho Man's hard because the inflections on the voice and the way, yeah, you're down in here, yeah. So it's like, and so I was like, I couldn't. If you could do Dan Soder's Macho Man impression, you would never talk in your regular voice again. If I talk like Macho Man, I would never use my voice ever again. I would just talk like Macho Man everywhere.
Why would you? You know, I was thinking that today. I was watching an episode of Black Mirror for this article that I'm writing, and it has Josh Hartnett in it, and it also has.
Can you please just the article about with MAGA stuff? Come on, it's Black Mirror. What's this racist shit going on?
It's I was writing it for RepublicanTutyFruity.com.
Okay, that's
and you got to make money where you can make money, you know. But no, Aaron Paul was on the episode of Black Mirror, and every time Aaron Paul talks, he's like, yeah, what do you mean? Like he has that like deep voice. He didn't at the beginning of Breaking Bad, but he does now when you watch him talk. He's like, what are you talking about?
Cigarettes.
Like that's a terrible, yeah. But I think I bet that like his acting coaches or like whatever, and I could be wrong. This could just be his voice now. Maybe I'm just an a-hole, but I imagine myself, I was thinking like, I bet he talks like that just because he's a smaller dude. You know, like he's a little guy kind of. And I bet that like kind of adds a whole new dynamic. Like if you're a smaller person, I bet it would add like a toughness to your whole exterior if you just always were like, yeah, can I get a hot dog with a chili fry number 2? Like it just adds something to you, I think.
He was like, you sound like you sucked on a cigarette stick for like 50 years. It doesn't make it sound tough. Like, actually, it would be like you know, like in Black Sheep when Chris Farley looks at David Spade, he's like, that's sad. That's what people think. It's like, you know, they're just, like, you're overcompensating for your smallness, and it's sad.
Yeah. Hey, we got an attempted murderer on the stream tonight, live.
You know what?
Attempted murderer. If he was a human being after what look at me. If he was a human being after what he just went through the other day, you would be in jail. You'd be in fucking jail right now, and I'd be kissing you on the mouth in jail, and then you really
don't lie. You fucking hired him. He's like that guy in Killing Them Softly. He's like, you know what? America's not a country. It's a business. Now pay me my fucking money. That's a badass movie, by the way. That's the first time I've seen that movie.
I wonder if that was the first. I love that movie, dude. I
can't wait to get more notice.
That's one thing we're doing tonight in the second hour of the show. We will be reviewing the movie Killing Them Softly with Brad Pitt, which is fucking awesome, and it's so goddamn underrated as a mob movie. But we'll talk about that in the second hour. For Christopher Sampson, fly me to the moon like that bitch Alex Crampton. Hopefully he'll be here for that.
I have some problem with it. I mean, there are some issues.
It's not perfect.
It's not like an old time classic, but it was good.
But there's also movie news to talk about. Oh my God. I was at my daughter's flag football game and like my phone buzzed and I looked at it and I was like, that's going to be fun to talk about the stream tonight. We'll get to that when it comes, but there's some fun movie news to talk about. We're going to show us your dicks. We're going to show us your dicks. That means we're going to come over and we're going to pull them out of your pants and we're going to inspect them. So everyone be ready with your dicks. There better not be anything dirty on those things. We're going to smell them and we're going to test them out because that's what we do here. I see some people in the chat, by the way, who have not made the stream in a while, and this is the first time in a while. Welcome to you. Welcome to you. Hope you have fun time. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that they've got
go down, slip and slide. Wait
the
for
Madden
fingers at the bottom.
The Madden college football bundle?
No.
Fucking $135.
But you get both games.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of cheddar cheese.
Well, I mean, both games are $60 anyway, so that's $120. That's an extra $15. What do you
get?
Cheddar
cheese. I don't know about it. The cheddar cheese, Bob.
What else do you get? Do you get anything extra?
You know, you get a good butt fucking from EA. That's what you get.
I'm used to that every year, once a year. It's like, oh, it's like a colonoscopy. It's time for me to get fucked in the ass by EA and buy another shitty game.
Oh, it's just my asshole bleeding. Never mind.
Yeah, it's fine. It's going to be okay. Speaking of which, when's your doctor's appointment?
Yeah, next week.
Next week?
Next Friday.
What day? Exactly. What time?
I think it's the day that you leave.
I'm going to be there to root you on. I'm like, you go in there.
I don't know what I'll do is I'll just go wait till the day before. I'm like, I'm not going. That's what I'll do.
Just make it like my fucking.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going.
My ear hurts.
Like, I feel fine. No, I was like, I feel fine. Fuck that doctor. That doctor's probably a lying piece of shit. Piece of shit. Kellogg's cornflake bullshit PhD.
It's gonna be good. I was wondering that today. I was like, he said he was going to the doctor. When's he going to the doctor? It's gonna be fine though. There's nothing There's going to be no news to report there.
Just tell me what I want to hear so I can leave.
Yeah. I want to know. Hey,
I don't want to come in with that going on. I'm like, you fucking better walk out that door and come back in correct. Don't come in with that fucking sad ass face.
Do you ever wake up with a boner?
Yes.
Then you're fine.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the only doctor's checkup you need, bro. If you wake up with a hard on, your plumbing is fucking working great. Not just your heart, your dick. Between those two, everything in between, you're fine. You don't need to go to the doctor. No. What are you talking about?
I just don't want him to come in with and be like I was like with that Harvey Keitel side. Like, I'm like, I don't like that shit at all. You can just take your fucking bad news and talk to the wind, chum. I don't want to hear about it.
I'm gonna have to get a sample from your dick.
What is that? Is that shit water? What are you drinking?
Me? This is Kool-Aid.
No,
it's a new flavor of Kool-Aid. It's butterscotch.
Oh my god.
It's butterscotch Kool-Aid.
Remember that part in that movie when he was like, he goes, you smell like shit. He's like, yeah, mate, but you smell like gay shit.
Dude, I laughed at that too. It's killing himself. He's like,
gay shit.
Like, you smell like shit. He's like, no, you smell like gay shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that was Ben Mendelsohn until I looked it up. That guy's
Ben
Mendelsohn. Yeah,
Mendelsohn.
Yeah, I thought he was in a James Bond movie as a villain. I could be wrong though. He just looks like he'd be a villain in a James Bond movie.
Fuck, he does look like he's been. Has Ben Mendelsohn been in a Bond?
No, I looked him up on IMDb. He's not been in any James Bond movie. And he was like joking. Like, I read an article from it. I typed in Ben Mendelsohn and James Bond just to see, and then it said like I guess he had been asked the question a few years ago. He's like, would he be interested in playing James Bond? I was like, Ben Mendelsohn is not James Bond. Like he could be a villain of James Bond, but not like I was like, are you being like did someone like fill your ass with like hot air today? And like you're like, I could be like, you probably got a fresh haircut and be like, I'm looking good. I could be James Bond if I wanted to.
Yeah, you can put on all the weight you want to, but you can't grow. You can't grow.
Well, Daniel Craig was short though, but yeah, it's not gonna happen.
That's true. Well, and Ben Mendelsohn is a great actor. My favorite movie, Ben Mendelsohn. He was in some of the Star Wars movies and whatnot, but my favorite role with him was absolutely God damn it, it's the Machu Picchu movie. We watch it. We did a review on it a long time. It's Ryan Reynolds is in it. Mississippi Grind, amazing gambling movie. Ryan Reynolds and Ben Mendelsohn in that movie. Holy shit, those. It's Machu Picchu time.
Yeah, he's actually a really good actor. It actually had a lot of good actors. Like Ben Mendelsohn was in it. Obviously, Brad Pitt.
Paulie was in
it. Yeah, James Gandolfini, Ray Liotta.
Yeah, dude, Ray Liotta.
But the thing about those, we're not gonna. I don't want to get into that too much.
Yeah, well, let's wait.
One other thing about those characters, though, the actors playing those characters, Gandolfini and Liotta. Man, I feel like it was that's part of the stuff I didn't like.
Oh yeah, like
there's reasons why, not because obviously because they're bad actors or their characters are bad, just because
they were used. What they had them doing. Yeah. There's some weird shit in that movie for sure. It made a lot of people mad. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, did I see him? Did I see him? No, I did not. That was not him. Hopefully, Chris is here tonight. We'll see.
Shut that fucking dog up.
I messaged him on Patreon. I said, "We're doing your movie review tonight. Just be there. I'm gonna come over and hug you." And I don't know if it's gonna be here or not.
We'll see. I got something better to do, like fuck a girl. Than
there's people over and there's people outside, so the dogs are all going fucking butt shit crazy. And we have to keep them separated now because they try to fucking murder each other. My finger's not broken though, by the way. I think it's better. It's already.
No, you should hold tryouts like they did in Dark Knight. You should put like a milk bone between the two, and whoever comes out on top.
Yeah, I mean,
the one that comes out on top.
Clearly, Thor showed that would be him, but everyone in the house is mad at Thor. Like, this is bullshit, kind of, I think, because we don't know who started the fight. All we know is that when we came in, Thor had his jaw on top of Hela's head and put a hole in the middle of it with his big tooth. But the thing is that, like, they're all like, yeah, but Hela could have hurt him if she wanted to. She just chose not to. I'm like, I don't know if I believe that. I think it was both dogs. Thor just happened to win the fight. If they're going to fight to the death, you can't blame the guy who won, right? They're both at fault.
Yeah, that's like watching your dad get beat up on the street and he was your hero. And you're like, well, Dad could have really beat him up if he'd wanted to. It's like, no, your dad's a pussy. And that's what you just saw. You watched it happen.
That's the thing with street fights too, though. Like if you're out in a bar and you choose to get in a fight with someone, which is always a mistake, obviously, it's stupid. But like, don't, because what's going to happen is best case scenario, you win the fight. And guess what happens? If you win the fight in really big fashion, no one's going to be like, yeah, you're a great dude. You won the fight. No, everyone's going to be like, dude, you hurt that fucking guy.
I think
you're a piece of shit.
I think it depends on if you keep going. Like after you've neutralized the threat and then you keep going, it makes you the asshole. If you just knock them out or knock them down and then you try to walk away, then you're going to be the hero and you're going to have like the Nicolas Cage type of Con Air music playing as long as you didn't kill them. But if you like get on top of them and like start like full on thrashing them and like, you know, trying to shove your dick in their mouth, be like, yeah, take it, bitch. Then you're going to be the bad guy.
Well, don't talk about that's my finishing move. What are you talking about? That's what I always do after fights. Yeah, but you never know. I mean, you get in that situation. If you're mad enough to fucking physically fight someone, who knows what you're gonna do?
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I don't like fighting is so fucking dumb because at the end of the day, when you're an adult, when you're a man and you get into a fight now, you're going to jail, bitch. Like, there's consequences, like called big boy consequences for what you just did.
Yeah, even if
like,
you don't
have to mention the fact that if the poor fuck like gets hurt bad, they're gonna sue you for medical bills and all sorts of shit. It's not like you're gonna get slapped on the ass and be like, go to the detention center. Right. Nope, you go into the detention center in jail where they say, drop that soap, Miguel.
But sometimes it is worth it if you have to defend yourself or your honor.
They started it, but you know, but then, even then, that shit's tricky nowadays because cops will just take both of you. If the guy's conscious, they'll just be like, "Oh, it's disturbing the peace, and you're both going."
It's like Jake Gyllenhaal in Roadhouse says, "Nobody wins a fight. Nobody wins a fight." By the way, you should watch that, dude. It's fucking awesome.
I'm planning on it.
You would love it. Shut up. You would love it. I'll fight you. I'll come over there and suck it hard. Dogma, first super chat of the night. Thank you, friend. He says, did you guys hear that Mike Flanagan mannequin Ken Kniff from Connecticut automated piece of shit is now directing the Exorcist sequel? We are going to talk about that. We'll get through a few super chats first, then we're going to do the whole news story, Dogma, because that's a fucking big one. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing right now? I'm going to fight you right now.
I have a bomb getting ready to go off.
You got a pizza in the oven? What's going on?
Tell you what, James. Now it's your turn to find out where I've planted.
It's me, James, the author of all your
I will kill you now or later. You decide.
Thank you, Dogma. Says, hell yeah, just bought my Wham t-shirt. Can't wait. Mike and Jay, love your fucking face.
Hey, love you, man. Thank you, dude.
Weird out.
You buy that from Red Bubble? Bubble Reds?
Show them.
Is it Red Bubble? I don't even know who it is. That's
what you do. When you wear your Wham shirt out of the house, you just show it to people and you go, look upon your work, James. Well, that's Javier Bardem. Is that what he said? Yeah, he took out his teeth and he's like, look upon your work. It's all fucked up. Courtney, what's up, dude? He says, Jay, can you do Pamela Voorhees talking about the Jason universe?
Oh, you see it, Jason. You have been absent from the killing fields for so long. They've made you a joke, Jason. And poor mother is now the butt of jokes, Jason. You disgusting, feet-smelling, maggot-faced moron. How dare you, Jason? Mama needs a new bonnet, and you can't even afford that. I was gonna say a sweater. I was like, but she's not no body.
Bonnet was fucking perfect. That might be my favorite one that you do. I think Slender Man's probably my favorite, but Voorhees' mom is my second favorite. Michael Parton says, it's almost June, boys. Get your prophylactics, lubricants, and Bud Lights ready. Who has to get ready when you stay ready, Mike? I got a whole treasure chest full of just gay shit.
It's June every day in the Mike Holtz house.
That's correct. That's fucking correct. When June comes around, I become Macho Man. I'm like, yeah, you ready for some dick? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna take it. Thanks, Mike. Patricia, thank you.
Hey, thank you, Patricia.
Appreciate you. Robin Barker says, Mike, is your dog okay? Well, is it because you hear them crying, or is it because of the story that we told earlier? Yes. Stitches here, stitches here, stitches here. Not so much here, but right here. But so far, so good. She hasn't ripped him out yet. She's going to be all right. That was scary as fuck, and I don't recommend it. But yeah.
When she barks, she sounds like Simple Jack's dog. That's what happened now.
Well,
the brain damage was terrible.
Jay knows. So it's harder now because we have to keep them separate. But like, Jay knows this. When we have company over, Hella, the pit bull, the mini pit, is a perfect fucking dog. She sleeps all day. She cuddles with you in the bed. She lets the kids hang off or doesn't give a shit. But if there is company over and we go out on the back porch to smoke or have Kool-Aids or like whatever people do on their back porches, she loses her fucking gourd and she runs around the back porch going and like fucking sucking the deck until the deck literally disintegrates and leaves her slop all over. She ruined April's shoes. She's a piece of shit when you have company.
Yeah, she's like Ike Turner, like fucking salivating at the mouth to beat Tina. Or Whitney did. Whitney. Yeah. Is it Tina? No, it's Whitney. No, that was Bobby Brown. They're both of them bitches got beat. Yeah, damn. Both fucking like badass vocalists got their ass beat by fucking mid-level assholes.
Whitney
Bobby Brown
Houston
was
is the
good,
best
though.
female singer
Bobby
of all
Brown
time.
was not mid-level, mid-tier. But Bobby Brown's career was nowhere near what Whitney's was.
Hell
But
no one's is.
Ike Turner was a fucking turd.
I seen an all-time singers list that put Mariah Carey above Whitney Houston. And I said, God damn it, you get that out of my face. There's no fucking way. Whitney Houston is the best female vocalist that has ever lived on this fucking planet.
Well, I think it's like one of those things. Like if she hadn't died, yeah, maybe. It's like that, but like Bo,
when she was here.
Well, no, because she didn't get to no. Like Bo Jackson might have been the greatest runner of all time, but his career got ended, so everyone says it's Barry Sanders.
Yeah, well, I just mean pure talent-wise, not accolades.
Well, Mariah Carey's got a song that plays every fucking year at every fucking ball, no matter what the fuck you say. It's like the juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, and it makes us all want to die. And she wouldn't sleep with Eminem. So fuck her. Dude, did you hear? By the way, I'm going to get to you in a second, Lee, you fucking sexual beast. Have you heard? On Friday, this shit's crazy, dude. Eminem has been promoting his new album, and it's called The Death of Slim Shady. Mm-hmm. And he just put out an advertisement for the album, and he's talking to David Blaine, and it's sort of corny or whatever, but he's talking about like, hey, we're going to do I'm going to make something disappear. And then Eminem goes, hey, you know what my next trick is? He's like, I'm going to make my whole career disappear. And then like hangs up the phone. Mm-hmm. And like, then the thing comes up, his new song Houdini comes out on Friday, but he's either saying he's going to retire, or the way I take it is his next album is going to be so fucking ferocious, he's going to get himself canceled and he's going to kill his own career. That shit's going to be fucking wild, Jay.
No, it just sounds petty and stupid.
You're stupid and petty. I hate your face.
It sounds like a 50-year-old man with a lot of money.
You're not good at going down on men.
I try. It doesn't mean that I don't try, but you know what? I keep getting on my knees and trying every day.
All the days that you and I sat up day drinking when we were having trouble, so I listened to Eminem together, and you're going to talk about him that way?
Yes. Because I don't fucking know him.
Lee the Machine Bauer says, heck yeah, no pants. Party, my sexy boys are back. Oh, Doyle rules. Hey, Loomis, guess what? I'm your new boss. Ha! Ha!
Well, then your boss of Lee is bullshit because I smelled it before you even commented. Shut your goddamn mouth up.
He gave you that did he give you that like right when you're about to do dog in, and then like you get that whiff of dry butt crack? Was that what you got talking about?
Yeah, you got that plumber's crack. But you know, it's like you don't even have to bend over. It's just already there. When you walk through the door, it's plumber's crack.
Lee, you're fucking too kind to us, man. We really appreciate that. That's super fucking kind to you. And you're the best. Around. Nothing's ever gonna take you down. That's how I sound like Trump. That's just the thing I do.
What? Suck a dick 2 times, double fist that dick. Yeah, I like it. I just can't get enough. There you go. Get that, boys.
Mike Barton, did you guys see who they cast it as He-Man?
I did not.
Who the fuck did they cast as He-Man?
I didn't know that. Michael Phelps.
That'd be better as Aquaman, I guess, technically. But let me look right here. Let's see who they cast as He-Man. Nicholas Gold.
Is he hot?
Probably. Always is, right?
Is he hot? I want to know if he's not.
It's never some fucking like gutter turd that's like, you know, cast in some big meaty male role. Yes, I'll allow ads. No, I won't allow ads. Get this shit off my screen. Nicholas Gold.
I don't know about that, dude. Holy shit. He looks like fucking Bruce Campbell in Escape from LA when his fucking face was melting from all that plastic surgery. I don't like that.
I'm not seeing He-Man, you know?
Yeah, like he's the kind of guy that looks like he smells women's feet on buses. On the Greyhound bus, like when they're sleeping, he leans over and smells her feet.
He's probably a nice Christian man, Jay. Nicholas Gold may need to call his hairdresser. The brunette Idea View actor has been cast as He-Man, the blonde barbarian who inspired the popular Mattel toy in the upcoming film adaptation Masters of the Pooniverse.
But then again, there's not many. I mean, there's not like the guy obviously would. I mean, they cast Dolph Lundgren back in the day, and he had the body type for it. He just couldn't speak English. I mean, I don't know. There's not really any of those kind of guys left, like these big muscular dudes anymore, like the Arnold days.
Well, Alan Ritchson would have been a great He-Man.
Yeah, he would have actually. Yeah, that would have been good.
But like, hey, we don't know what the guy's going to do. He just hires a personal chef, gets in the gym. I can't see how big he is there. Maybe he'll do a great job. Maybe I'm sure there's a reason.
It's just his shoulders look too slender. He doesn't look. I mean, he looks like Adam. He just doesn't look like He-Man. Like he looks like a fabulous secret power through revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull!" And then they'll get a new actor to play He-Man because he just doesn't look like he's going to fill out that suit.
Nordic track. Yeah, no, well, maybe, you never know. I've never seen the guy act, so I won't comment on that. What does disappoint me, however, is this little fucking bit right here, is that it's going to be directed by Bumblebee director Travis Knight, who's directed the movie for Amazon, MGM Studios, and Mattel. By the power of Grayskull, the long delay film will be released at least in theaters on June 5th, 2026.
That's going to suck, then.
At least it's not going straight to Amazon,
Well, I mean, yeah, but Amazon puts out some decent stuff. So, I mean, I wouldn't have been that hurt if it had gone to Amazon. But I mean, I don't like the fact that I don't feel like they take that shit seriously because they don't care. It's He-Man. It's not like they're going to be like, oh yeah, we got to make this shit like a three film trilogy and put Peter Jackson in charge of it. I feel like, but I don't know. I just feel like they're going to be like, yeah, make as much as you can. Fuck those assholes. We'll do it. Those nerds that like it.
Yeah, there's nothing I'm seeing there that makes me go, oh, I'll watch that shit. Well, we'll see what happens. Nighttime. Yo, Loomis, did your boot stop working? Did your truck break down? Did your ex find out my dog is pregnant and my sister is in prison?
Nighttime, no one wants to buy your autobiography. I don't know why you're reading the preface of it.
Loomis, by the way, that is a country song. I know because one of my kids listen to it, and it goes something like this. Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? Did your ex find out? And then the rest is not a part of the song.
That's what would drive a man to drink, listening to that bullshit and divorcing their wife and asking for a DNA test, because there's no way that's a real song. And if it is, goddamn America.
It is. That's a real song. That's true.
And goddamn you, Nighttime. But don't ask me stupid shit like that.
I don't listen to Top 40. Why was that Arnold? I don't listen to Top 40.
You know what? I've been sitting here like my penis is about to burst because I've drank like 2 diet sodas before we even started, but that's fine. I'll wait a little bit longer.
Good for your dick. All right. We'll read Norris's and then you can take a piss. Norris says, "What's up, Mike and Jay? I hope you guys are doing well. I see Mike Flanagan, kid from Connecticut, automated piece of shit, is taking over the direct next Exorcist sequel. Does this change your hopes for the next movie? Take care, Norris. That's a long conversation we're gonna have. And I really appreciate the fucking super chat. We both do. We're going to get into that in just a second. I'm going to let Jay relieve his banner first, though. But when Jay gets back, we'll talk to Exorcist.
I can answer that. No. I'll be back.
Moving on. All right. We'll get back to that, Norris, for sure, because that's a big news story of the day. I was so pumped when I saw that because I was like, fuck yeah, we're live streaming tonight. We're going to have a whole conversation about that because it's an intricate one. There's a lot of shit going on. And fuck you, dude. Fuck you so bad because you have that shitty song stuck in my head now. Stop working, did you think now? Oh God! You know what? My kids listen to like the same shit. Specifically, my 8-year-old. This sounds messed up, but she loves the "Drive Drunk" song. That sounds really bad the way I say it. It's not like that. It's not like, but the song. I don't know. It's a Post Malone. It's one of these people, but it's like it's like one of those pop songs or whatever. But that and the Season of the Sticks. Like those 2 songs and Taylor Swift are just like the same 6 songs, just in like constant, just. I'm just glad that they stopped listening to the. I was 40 years old. I'm baby get me down. Baby get my mother because she told me. I fucking hate that song. I hate structured songs like that are meant to grow. And like when I was 10. When I was 13, when I was 20, and now I'm a 70-year-old. I'm like, oh my God, like a fucking AI bot could have written this stupid shithole song, and I hate it. But they love it because it's on all the TikToks. That was a weird old man thing I just did there. I apologize for how old I am in general. Rootin' Tootin' Text Tootin' says, you ever seen a fine hoochie mom on the street and think how you been dodging your taxes for 20 years? Me too. I got my Chevy ready for a body work. Get on over here. Get with your tools, Jay. Jay probably has one of those toolboxes like Will Ferrell in Daddy's Home. It's just like a little. He's like, what's that? Mark Wahlberg's like, what's that? Your tackle box? He's like, you keep your tampons in there? Oh man. Everyone's seen a fine hoochie mama on the street. Everyone, especially on Applebee's Dollarita night. Don't talk to me about taxes. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to criminate myself. I owe them some money sometimes in the streets. And if the IRS finds out about this, pretty much I'll be the hoochie mama that you're looking at in the streets. And I'll have to wear chapless, butt shorts from Lee Dungarees and be out there just moving my pussy down the street. I got a Chevy ready for body work. Yeah, Jay's really good at working on cars. You should ask him about it. Jay, Rootin' Tootin' wants to know how to fix a carburetor. Can you give us just a quick, short explanation of how to fix a carburetor?
Well, Rootin' Tootin', I'd love to tell you how to do it, but guess what? I ain't got the goddamn time nor grace to sit there and explain to your dumb ass how to fucking fix your carburetor. Go ahead and get on that YouTube, son. Shit. And if you go ask me what tool to use, I'd use you got to use the fidget spinner to open it up, and then the hydro spool to get all the liquids out, and then you go and put on the capsaicin cap on the top of it.
I'm actually the exact same though. I'm a fucking terrible fix it person. I can't do it. I don't know shit about cars. I'm not a man. I got no place else to go. Mike Johnson said, "Hey boys, it's been a while. Hope all is well. Are either of you picking up the college football game when it releases? You bet your fucking cock I am. I can't wait. Big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later."
That's how you end every conversation, and it's just fright. I'm not gonna pick it up. I mean, I swear to God, if it was a college basketball game, I would consider it. If it was college basketball, I actually would love to do that. But yeah, college football, no. It is nice to see it back though, because it's been missing for a long time. And those players did deserve the money. I mean, that's the whole. The thing is, a lot of people don't know is it's not going to be every single player that's that's going to be made available on. I mean, you could play as like Tennessee or Alabama or whoever you want to play, but you'll have to create some of those other players, because they're only going to play they're only featuring like the top. I don't know if it's 50 or 100 of them or something, or top 50 or 100 players.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be like the Jordan situation with NBA Live back in the 90s, where you would just have this short little bald dude whose name was Player, but you all knew it was Jordan, but he wasn't as good. Yeah. So I guess some players won't have that. But no, dude, I'm 100% buying it. I'm a day oneer. I'm going to go fucking hard on that game. What excites me the most for it is I play one video game every year, and it's Madden. And I go fucking hard on it. So now I have two. But it comes out in July. So I'm going to be able to just I'm gonna have a whole extra 2 months of fucking shit. I just hope to God that the best thing about the old NCAA football games was you got to have a trophy case where you could win Heisman's and you could win all these awards as you worked your way through. And that was the coolest part of the game. The franchise, the recruiting and stuff, you could take a team like Kentucky and you could win the national championship with them. That was the fun aspect about that game. But EA really sucks with their franchise modes now, and they're probably going to do some MUT. You got to buy a team to play online type shit. But here's the kicker, and I never thought about this before. We never got to play NCAA football online. All the years we had NCAA football, and we had a blast with it, had so much fun with it. Yeah. Never got to play it online, though, because that was before I had online capabilities. Maybe some people did. That's going to be fucking wild, dude. Because if you go online and you play with fucking South Alabama State and you're playing against someone who's playing with Alabama, the parity difference is fucking crazy.
It's gonna be funny though. It's gonna be he goes, "What a bitch you are." He goes, "I bet you can't hold my dick in Madden though. This is for little kids. This is a little kids game."
That's gonna be the problem though. Is everyone's gonna be fucking Ohio State or Georgia or fucking Alabama?
I wonder what the cells are
no one's gonna,
No, I mean, if you're gonna compare Madden versus that, I wonder what's gonna win. I mean, Madden will probably win. No, I don't know though. It's been a long time since college football games now, and there's and I think it would be it's a lot more appealing to a lot of people that are in college that are going to play it. If you're going to the University of Kentucky, you might go out and it's going to be a bigger thing for you to go buy it than Madden.
Yeah. And a lot of people are saying it's going to cause Madden to step their game up. I don't know about that, just because this game's coming from EA too. If this game was coming from 2K, you bet your fucking tits Madden would really have to step their game up. But we'll see what happens. It honestly will probably end up hurting Madden because they've spent so much time working on this game. Jimmy Ron says, "I'm on the Mexican radio."
Yeah, you got Robert De Niro. That's how he looked when he realized people were booing him. He's like, "What? You're all gangsters, all of you."
The
bunch of deplorables. Put them in a basket. Put them in a basket.
We've had a couple people bring this up tonight, so now it's time to finally talk about it. And that is the news that Exorcist, Believer, Deceiver, Golden Retriever is dead. It's fucking dead. 0800 Ethan, 0400. It's fucking dead. Blumhouse has officially killed the trilogy of David Gordon Green's Exorcist, Believer, Deceiver, Golden Retriever.
You gotta put her down, Ted.
Yeah, it's got it.
Don't
Mama,
put it out with your boots, Ted.
Mama, get the gun. Mike Flanagan, director of Dr. Sleep, director of The Haunting of Hill House, directing of Gerald's Game, and all sorts of really awesome horror shit, is going to officially be writing and directing an all-new Exorcist film for Blumhouse instead of the follow-up to David Gordon Green's movie. It says here that he will offer a radical new take on The Exorcist.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I think that's a great fucking thing.
No,
right now.
it's not. It's dumb.
You stop going to negative town. Come back to positive town, me. We're going to get some hoochie coochies.
I don't want to play with that goddamn hoochie coochie. It's got diseases.
To reiterate, the new film will tell an all-new story set in the Exorcist universe and is not a sequel to David Gordon Green's Exorcist Believer. Plans for that trilogy are no longer moving forward because it fucking sucked.
Yep.
Flanagan said in a statement, "The Exorcist is one of the reasons I became a filmmaker, and it is an honor to have the chance to try something fresh, bold, and terrifying within its universe. Because she got a huge ass."
Yeah.
Reuniting with my friends at Blumhouse, with whom I've made some of my favorite pieces of work, only makes this more exciting.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
Well, I can take a dump in a box of market guaranteed, but I don't got the time.
You motherfucker. How you gonna poo-poo this?
Here's the thing. I'm not poo-pooing it. I just don't think it should be made at all. I think Exorcist is a perfect fucking movie. It's the same thing if somebody came to me and said Back to the Future is being remade. I was like, fuck you. Go back in time and get a goddamn plot that makes sense, bitch. Because that's stupid. At least the people at the Back to the Future.
He did sleep with his own mom.
Yeah, movie. What did you do? I didn't do it.
They wanted to.
No, they didn't.
And they wanted to.
No, it was just a weird. Anyway, I don't know what their plans were. I don't know what's his name, the guy that directed it, Zemeckis. But I will say, the thing about The Exorcist, yes, if they're gonna do it, like if it was just an Exorcist movie that was taking place in the Exorcist universe, if that's what they're doing, okay, I get it, that's fine. But it just kind of makes so the demon Zazudu, Pazuzu Poo 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 jumped from Reagan to like it just hung out for a while, like I'm just gonna wait and then I'm gonna strike.
We have no idea if it's.
No, I know, but if they do that, that's I can maybe get behind that, but that's still stupid. I just think maybe The Exorcist should be left alone. It's a perfect movie. The movie is perfect.
That was never going to happen though, because they paid a fucking gargantuan amount of money to get the rights. So it was never going to just go away. So if they're going to do it, if you have to do it, having Mike Flanagan come in, who doesn't really have a big miss. I mean, like really, like you could say maybe I'm not a big fan of Oculus or like or this thing or that thing or whatever. But like he really doesn't have a huge miss. He doesn't have an Exorcist Deceiver on his record at all.
I think he's a capable director. It's not that. I just don't think it should be fucked with. But that's just my opinion. If they're going to do it, yeah, I think having him in creative control is better than what they did have. I think it's definitely an upgrade. But I just still feel like it's just so stupid because it's always going to be judged based on the original. It's always going to be and not becoming. But I will. Flanagan's good though because The Shining is obviously a masterpiece. Dr. Sleep was a good follow-up. I like Dr. Sleep quite a bit. It's not The Shining, but it's its own thing, and it holds up on its own. Mike Flanagan's The Exorcist. The thing about it is, though, again, it really. I'm going to wait for more detail because right now it's so early on. You need at least a rough sketch of what he's going to do. Like if he's not going in and trying to retell Reagan's story, and he's going to do his own thing, it might work. But honestly, what if they just did what? I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But I mean, I'm not like butthurt that he's on board. It's good. It's better than, like I said, the Blumhouse peoples.
Yeah, though I think the only way, dude, the absolute only way to make that a good film, in my mind's eye, is to go back, and I've said this 1,000 times, but to do what they did in Halloween Kills in the first half of the movie, recreate the entire set on location. To make it look exactly like it looked in the original Exorcist movie. And they proved they can do that because they did it with Halloween Kills. Do that exact same thing. Have that same weird sheen. Have it feel like a period piece. Have it feel like the 70s or whatever. And tell the story there. whatever story you tell, whether jumps from somebody else to the neighbors across the street. I think it would be interesting if this entire same story was going on just a couple blocks down the road, and you tell a whole new story with a new family. But either way, I think it's best to leave the original film alone. Don't bring back Linda Blair. Don't fuck around with Ellen Bernstein. Let all that shit be its own thing. Tell a new fucking story with whatever you're going to do, and tell it in that same time frame, so that while you're watching it, you have the same cinematography, you have the same look and feel and vibe that kind of makes you feel kind of wrong deep down in your tummy. You know what I mean? Like, that makes you feel like you might be in for something disturbing. And the second biggest step that they have to do here, and I do think Flanagan is capable of this. Gerald's Game fucked me up. There was some wild shit in that movie. He's not afraid to really go there. And not in like a terrible, awful Rob Zombie type of way where it's like, well, let's just have the Exorcist fucking rape everybody. Yeah, I'm going to change everything. We're going to rape him.
I'd watch that. That'd be great.
But he's not afraid to go there and do some really horrendous shit. And I think what they need to do is The Exorcist is about one thing, and that's about demon shock and pure fucking fear. Like shock and fear, and to really blow people away. I think you got to push, like, to make a successful Exorcist film today, I think you got to almost push a lot of being fucking canceled. Like, I think they really need to, and Blumhouse is the one. I don't think they'll ever do it. But I think Flanagan would make it in an interesting and kind of in a kind of way that, like, it would be accepted a little bit more. But I think you got to do some really gnarly, shocking shit that really fucks with people's insides, you know, to make it work.
I'd rather Flanagan just concentrate on something original and new, like Oculus. Well, I mean, you could say what you want about Oculus, but at least it was its original thing. It tried to be something different. I just think this is just retreading bullshit, old school, dumbass Hollywood that says, I don't have any fucking ideas. So let's go back to great classics and fuck them up with modern fucking sensitivities and dumb shit in today's audience.
I think with that mindset, you never would have got Dr. Sleep either.
I never, but Dr. Sleep was a book that Stephen King had wrote. Right. So that was an adaptation of already a sequel that Stephen King wrote. He was the original author. So that's totally different.
Yeah, but
the original director of the books. Well, I'm saying that it was an adaptation of a book that already existed. It wasn't like we're going to make a sequel. But I'm saying, like, I just feel like it's bankrupt. It's creative bankrupt Hollywood. That's what it is. And I mean, mark my words, dude. In the next few years, you're going to see a Back to the Future remake. You're going to see bullshit. When Bob Gale dies, when he dies, and the other guy, whatever his name was, that worked on it, Zemeckis, then they're gone. They will fucking jump on that shit like cockroaches because they're just waiting on them to die.
Yeah, it'll happen. Everything will get remade.
But as far as like Flanagan's like Exorcist go, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I hope it's good. And I mean, Flanagan's a great director, and I do like the way that his style of how he tells stories. But oh my God, I don't know, man. Like the last true Exorcist movie to me was the third one, and then it should have ended right there. Like that was it.
Yeah, I mean, they blow some smoke here in the article as well. They say it's an honor to be working with Mike. I think his vision for this franchise is going to stun audiences worldwide. That's what you want to hear, obviously.
Yeah.
And I could not be more excited to be working with him, the entire Blumhouse team, and all that stuff. Like, you know, I think that, you know, and they said that, what was it they said here? Who said this? Oh, Jason Blum said that I immediately responded to Mike's new take on the world of The Exorcist, and I can't wait for audiences to experience it. Now, Jason's Blum tastes are all over the fucking map. So that, but like, the thing is like, I didn't think the Exorcist TV show was worth a shit. They should have never made it, but people really like that. Like that sort of works. So the good news is, I mean, we could have been sitting here waiting on Exorcist Believer, Deceiver, whatever the next one was, and they could have really tried to stick down that route, and nobody could have made that work, I think. But the fact that he's doing something that the initial pitch has people excited and they're in for it, and Flanagan doesn't have a miss, I'd say at worst, we're probably in for a pretty decent, solid entry into the Exorcist franchise, of which there's not that many.
And again, it's all going to depend when this is more fleshed out and we know more about it, like what he's going to actually do with it. Then I'll be more, I'll have a better, more solid opinion. I mean, I'm glad he's in the creative control. I think that's good. But again, without knowing whether or not he's going to remake the actual thing, like an entire remake, or if it's just going to be its own separate story within the universe of the, I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to tell, but yeah.
Jonathan, I disagree with that. Flanagan's the safest director in Hollywood, dude. I saw some shit in some of his series that go to places that most directors would not go. Like, it might seem clean or whatever, but dude, he did some really fucked up shit when you look at the story behind Gerald's Game and some of the stuff he's done.
You know,
he's gone there.
The guy's right. They should have got the Tom Six to direct the fucking thing. Get Tom Six in that bitch.
Just nastiness.
Yeah, that goddamn demon is like, I'm gonna staple your fucking lips to that asshole of that other guy and make you fucking eat their shit. While you eat their shit, you poop out their shit. What? That's right.
Do I think it's going to be anything comparative to The Exorcist whatsoever? No. But I think if you're going to put it in anyone in Hollywood's hands, unless it's Fede Alvarez or someone new who's really exciting, who doesn't give a fuck, I think Mike Flanagan is one of the top 5 choices you could have ever asked to do an Exorcist movie at this point in time. And I agree with you. There's no reason for it to exist, but like we know it's going to exist because they paid so much for it. So it might as well be someone who gives us a shot. He gives us a fucking shot at having a great Exorcist movie.
That's why they canceled that bullshit sequel, because they're like, we lost a fuck ton of money on that horse shit. We're going to make there's somebody going to whore out this franchise, and we're going to earn a little bit from that fucking bottom, that we fucking bought, or I'm going to fire everybody. And that's what happened.
Right from that fucking booty. Josh Nitschke ass. Thoughts on a found footage Texas Chainsaw?
Didn't they? I swear, no. I guess they haven't. I'm thinking of something else. Oh, I'm thinking of Diary of the Dead, Romero. I was not a fan of that.
That's interesting.
But that's a great. I think
I'm not against it.
Depends on how they did it, and I don't know. Yeah, it could work. I mean, it would be different because everything else has been this. Yeah, it'd be fine. I think it would work.
You know what I'll say? I would love to see a fan film that was a found footage Chainsaw. I don't think I would want them to waste the resources to do an entire entry in the Texas Chainsaw franchise on it, because I just don't know how that would work out. But I would my interest is fucking peaked, because that would be real gnarly. Like if you're at that dinner table and they're all fucking with you and stuff, and the camera's going around, that could be fucking nasty. Imagine fucking old Leatherface like,
it's like it's like being at a fucking barbecue with Rob Zombie and goddamn Sherry over there drunk trying to get a video of everybody. What the hell's going on with you? Barbecue chips. Woo. Yeah, that would actually be pretty good. As long, you know what? I mean, it couldn't be a remake. Just have it maybe you said it a few years after the house is the house is still there or whatever. And then you have a group of kids going with maybe they're doing a dissertation in college, and they have to, they're doing video stuff, and they're traveling to the site of this infamous murder, and they're recording everything, and then it picks up from there.
You know what's real interesting about that idea is you wouldn't have to tie it to the franchise at all. Like
you said it 20 years after the original.
Well, no, you would give it no timestamp whatsoever. Like you got
I said 20 years.
No.
30 then.
You got a group of people traveling in a van. They're like, yeah, we're going down the fucking south, whatever. And then they stumble across this house and they go in. Yeah. And then the family's there and Leatherface is there and they get fucked up. We never learn. It'd be so cool if they did this kind of It Follows thing where we really don't know what the timestamp was. So at just some point in their thing, this was a group of people who got turned into human chili.
Yeah,
and then it's just like a one-off.
Yeah, if you just you would obviously know in the movie that the first movie had taken place, and it was obviously the scene of grisly murders, and it was rumor, all this speculation to come out of that. And it was now an urban myth. Then years later, whatever time, you don't know, but a time enough to where people have cell phones and shit, maybe.
Yeah,
and they have video cameras, and they go out there, and it's college kids. They're doing a dissertation and true crime shit, and then they get caught up. And that would be fucking cool. And then you're right, it doesn't need to be associated with any other Texas Chainsaw movie at all.
I'm pretty fucking into that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I'm pretty fucking into
you can even make a TV show out of called Texas Tales.
Texas Tales.
different scenarios.
Kyle Tales. I gotta go pay. I'll be right back.
All right.
Josh Nitschke's was at 8:12 p.m.
Hold on one second.
Don't you go walk away from me. I'll come over here and stick my finger in you. You son of a bitch. You did it. Didn't you? Ça, dis-moi.
All right.
We're at 8:12.
I'll be back. All right. Then. Let me go ahead and get up on here. We're going. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Now I found out where we are. Living Shot, thank you so much, says, which beloved horror villains do you personally don't care for? Without even a second thought. Chucky, I don't give a fuck about him. Stupid asshole fucking Cabbage Patch doll with red hair. I I don't get the appeal. The first movie, Child's Play, was good. I understand it was kind of goofy. It's weird. Charles Lee Ray, okay. I love Brad Dourif though, but yeah, overall, he's a. It's like just punt that little motherfucker down the street and don't worry about it. Like it's literally not going to hurt you. But yeah, it would be that one. Other than him, yeah, that's about. I mean, it would be Chucky. I'll ask Mike though when he gets back, but it's Chucky. Thank you though, Living. Jamie Owen Smith, thank you so much. Says, sup guys, 1 a.m. UK. Y'all should watch Doctor Who episode Midnight or Bling. Great horror episode standalone, so you don't have to watch the whole show. Yeah, I've heard that there's pretty good ones in Doctor Who. I've never been a fan of Doctor Who, and just because not because I just don't get it. I'm totally lost. I know it's been around since like the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It's been out forever, but I just don't. I know it's time travel or is it dimensional shit? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I've heard they've got some decent like horror stuff. So does Star Trek: Next Generation. They've got one that's pretty good in horror too. But I will. And thank you for hanging out with us from London. That's our UK. When someone says they're from the UK, I know stupidly. I'm an American. I'm stupid. I was like, oh, it's just London. Everything's London. What the fuck? Dude, my Ghostbusters 2 poster. You see the tax? It looked like a big fucking bug up there. All right. Let's see. Daniel Torres, what's y'all's favorite episode of Fresh Prince? Peace and Love. The one where, I mean, it's I would imagine it's everyone's. It's the one where Uncle Phil is like, he's not your father and stuff like that. Emotional. It's probably that one. I don't remember the name of the episode, but it's like where Will's dad comes back and then he's like a grifter and then he leaves him again and then Dr. Phil hugs him and shit. That's probably my favorite one. Wild Willie. Okay, that's from Mike 817. DJ Graham, thank you so much. Says, hey guys, I recently saw 2 Arnie films for the first time back to back. The second one I only saw parts of on TV, The Running Man and Total Recall. Total Recall might be my favorite space movie right now. It's a roller coaster. Oh yeah, dude, Total Recall is fucking dope. Like that's a badass movie. I can't believe you've never seen that before. Yeah. Total Recall is one of Arnold's better ones that he did back during that time. Running Man, I liked it for what it was, but it is not even remotely close to it's based on Stephen King's short story or novel. It's not even close to what the actual book was, but Total Recall is one of the better sci-fi movies for sure. I love that movie. That movie's great. Get your ass to Mars. Yeah. What did she say? What get ready for a surprise. I always remember like when it was on TV, that would be like the preview that they would show like on TNT or something. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a great fucking movie. The remake they did with Colin Farrell's not bad, but it's not anywhere near as good as the Arnie one. Moving through. Josh Nietzsche also says, have you boys seen Tango and Cash? Yes, we have, sir. And it's one of the best action movies of all time. It surely is. It surely is. And all I can say is Rambo is a pussy. That line always was weird to me because it was Sylvester Stallone calling one of his own characters a pussy, and then he shot the fucking container and the cocaine spills out. Holy shit, badassness. Yeah. Jonathan Clancy, thank you so much, says, hey, beautiful motherfuckers, I'm 40 now and everything hurts. Nose, ears, teeth, and hair. What the fuck is that about? Love you guys, but hate age. Oh, for sure, man. I know, dude, it's the same way. Like, I literally found myself, like, I'm 40. I turned 40 in February. And I found myself this morning actually getting up and looking. I literally did. You can look at my search history on YouTube. I looked up how the stretches that help with lower back pain because my lower back was fucking hurting. And I was literally laying on so I got into they were doing downward thrushes. I was like, I'm not throwing that shit up. It's too early in the morning. But no, it was like, lay on your back and the stretches and stuff. And I was doing all that stuff. And I was like, holy shit, it actually worked for about 5 minutes. But yeah, you're right, dude. Like my fucking toenail hurts in the morning. You're right, dude. It's getting old sucks holes. But thank you, Jonathan, for being here. Blake says, new Axel F and Beetlejuice trailer thoughts. I know that we saw it was the Beetlejuice trailer we just watched, the last live. I don't know about the Axel F one. We might have seen it. I don't know. Beetlejuice looked good. I said I'm not worried. Like, obviously, it's Michael Keaton's going to be phenomenal in it, but it did look. It kind of felt like it looked clean though. Beetlejuice, the new trailer or the new movie, it feels like very cleanish. I don't know how else to convey what I'm trying to say. Like the original Beetlejuice had like an underground quality feel to it. Like I don't know. I know it was made in the 80s, but it just had something about it that was kind of gnarly and it was cool. the new Beetlejuice kind of looks. It just feels like plastic, you know. But it's, I mean, it still should be good. I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm not trying to take a dump in any of my cornflakes. I'm just thinking. And then also, it had like they were like, it was like Beetlejuice was like turning into like a Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow-ish type of. Anyway, but yeah, it looked good. Michael Parton says Zac Efron looks more like He-Man like after Iron Claw. Yeah, you know what? Initially, I was against that. I didn't think that was true, but having watched Iron Claw just again recently last week, you're correcto, Michael Parton. No, he does. I think Zac Efron would make a very good He-Man, especially with the He-Man haircut that he had in Iron Claw. He's already in good shape. Short, but that's fine. We can work with that. Don't worry about it. His dick's huge. What?
I would do that. Dick.
Yeah, there's a question for you. 8:25 is where I'm at. Okay, there was a question for you at Wild Willie at 8:17. Yeah.
You ever watch the horror series Slasher? I watched one episode of it, and it was good. I just didn't feel the need to keep watching it. Especially season 3 gives great vibes. That I wish the Scream TV show would have had epic violence better. Yeah, dude, the Scream TV show had great kills, but all the character work was fucking dog shit. I hated the characters. I hated everything about that show except for the kills and a couple cool moments. But yeah, no, I only watched like one episode of it. I never felt the need to go back and watch. I was surprised that wasn't bigger with the horror audience, honestly, because it was like
a show. Because it was fucking Scream.
No, not Scream. The Slasher show. Like a show called Slasher on Netflix should have been huge. Like honestly, like I'm not sure why. Maybe they just didn't promote it right or something. But yeah, that should have been.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you. I'll just if Daniel Torres, you don't have to go back. But what's your favorite episode of Fresh Prince? I said it was the one where Uncle Phil like hugs him and his dad's an asshole. That's a great one. I mean, that's like one of the most emotional ones of all time.
That is a great one, but I do have a specific favorite, and mine is when they went to Las Vegas and Carlton got obsessed with gambling.
That was a good one. Yeah,
Carlton lost all their money, and then they had to go. They had to do a talent show, and they did the what was that song? Oh my god, that song was so
Tom
hilarious!
Jones?
Like, jump on it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
and then like Carlton was like, "I'm never gambling again."
Dun. Jump on it.
That's amazing. But Carlton's like, "I'm never gambling again." And then Will goes, "Hey, there's a quarter over there." He goes, "Where? Where is it?"
That's a good one.
Starts diving around for it. I love that episode. Man.
And then the other one was Living Shot. I named it like without like it literally like shot out of my fucking mouth like spittle when you're talking too fast. Which beloved horror villain do you personally don't care for? I mean, I knew it like right away.
Ghostface.
No, I said Chucky. Fuck Chucky.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with you on that one for sure. I like that Chucky curses and shit, and like can be funny, but like he is so overrated. Like,
yeah, dude, that's what I said. The first Child's Play, it makes sense. It was gimmicky, it was goofy, it was weird, it was different, and I get Charles Lee Ray, whatever. Brad Dourif's awesome, but after that, it became dumb as shit. Like it became like it became gimmicky after the first one. The first one was fine, and then after that. But no, I wouldn't say Ghost. I like fucking Scream. And Scream 2 is all right. Everything else just dog shit after it.
I just assumed when you said it that way that you meant Ghostface. But yeah,
no, maybe the Fear That Stu Lives. I'll say that's one of the fucking most overrated, tiring shit I've ever heard.
I'll come over there and I'll fuck your mouth in front of everyone. All right,
you better do it, and you better come too.
Got an hour.
I will not have my time wasted or my tongue.
I'll do it. I do agree with Michael though. Zac Efron would have been a great fucking He-Man.
Yeah. So we are after Michael. We're at nighttime now, but
okay. Nighttime out in Texas visiting friend and saw in a Violent Nature early screening last night. The point of view and no music aspect was cool and the kills were awesome, but Hatchet and Terrifier 2 remain top tier gore. The thing about In a Violent Nature, man, is that
only when I drink, man. I mean, I'm working on that.
Just those whiskey nights.
Only when I'm working on that. Those damn whiskey sours.
Yeah, you couldn't stop at 3 or 4. You had to have 8 goddamn whiskey sours.
Yep.
No, dude, I'm really excited about that movie. I haven't seen it yet. I asked for a screener, so hopefully we'll get one. But like, the one kill that I saw was an all-time top tier fucking kill for sure. But I do hear it's a movie that like people are expecting Jason, but it's sort of an art house film. So there's going to be a lot of walking, a lot of silence, a lot of slow burn. So I think a lot of slasher fans are going to be frustrated with that. But if you can get past that stuff, apparently my take on the movie is it's going to be pretty fucking rad. If you can get past that stuff. For sure.
Well, no, as far as like recent film, like Terrifier 2 would be, I would imagine. Yeah, I think you're right. Top tier gore. I haven't seen a gorier movie in a while. Yeah, it would probably be that one. But it was almost like the thing about the gore though in Terrifier 2, which it was good. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but it was like, it was so much that it almost became comical. Like it was just like I kind of got numb to it. I was like, yeah, it was so. Like, I'm not saying that it wasn't, like, again, it looked good. They did a good job with the effects, but it became like so over the top with certain things that, like, I feel like the master of who did gore really well, and I think that they did it effectively because they showed it when they needed to show it, and it worked so much better because they spaced out scenes. And I know people are going to be like, oh my God, yeah, he doesn't even like Italian films, so this asshole opinion is irrelevant. But I will say, it's Romero.
God, you goddamn Italian film.
It's goddamn Italian. Don't cry in front of the Mexicans. It's Romero and Tom Savini. I think Tom Savini and Romero as a duo, they knew exactly, like one of my favorite effects-driven movie with Savini and Romero was Day of the Dead. And the reason, and for whatever reason, those scenes for me stick out as goriest, some of the goriest I've ever seen, just because they were so well done and paced out in a perfect way. Like, I don't know, like that guy when his fucking face, when his head gets ripped off and his mouth is still moving and that weird scream. The guy when his and again, there's things now, the effects are way better and the blood looks more realistic and don't get me like 100%. I get that, but it was so effective for me and top tier gore because of the way that they timed it. I don't know.
Yeah, almost not. Just
I had no idea where I was going with that. I just kept talking, and I liked it.
No, those the landscape that they put the gore on top of in those movies was so cool because they said so much about society, and it was such a wide scoping thing that, like, when the gore actually hit, it was like a weird thing that, like, brought you back into that moment when they're doing these big wide scoping things.
We were like, release. I wanted to bite that fucker all this time.
But you're right. Italian movies, though, even though it's not Jay and I's thing, and we're both in the same boat on that, like Giallo and all that, like it's neither of our thing. But I will say the way that they did gore, there was one of those movies like Demons 3 or some shit like that. I can't remember what movie it was doing. They were tearing somebody across, and the dude was eating like a what looked like a raw chicken breast, was just like falling out, and it's disgusting. Like, they did a really good job with the gore. It just made me feel fucking gross inside, and I didn't like it. But there's one kill. I haven't seen it in Violent Nature yet. I've just seen the one kill, the yoga scene kill, and I will say, holy fucking tit sauce. Get ready for that because it's going to be awesome. Joe Valentine says this stomach flu has me peeing from my butt.
You got that old Chocolate Express driveway. Yeah, dude, I get that, man. I think I had to have a stomach flu like last week because I thought it was like, there it is. There's cirrhosis. I'm dead. It turned out, no, it was like, it lasted for 3 days. It's cramping. My spleen was like, fuck you. My liver was like, fuck you. They were like neighbors arguing on either side of my stomach. They were like fighting. And the gallbladder was dying, and they were trying to like separate them. And I was like, I'm dying. That's it, But it was something. There is a stomach flu going around. And I think that's what I had. It only lasted for 3 days. That's what bolstered me to make a doctor's appointment because I was like, I've got cirrhosis. I just need to be confirmed now. and then it went away, and that's why I feel better now. And I was like, I haven't told my wife about it, but I was gonna be like, I'm not going. I'm fine, but I am going to go. I have to now because she's going to be like, you have to go because we already made the appointment, and I have bullshit now.
Never a bad thing to get checked out. No, dude, one of the most embarrassing stories I ever had was when I was super, super young and I was sick, so I stayed home from school. And by the way, I have a second story to this that happened to me the other day in Kroger that was fucking wild.
You shit your pants?
Almost. But I stayed home from school sick, and I literally called my mom. She worked at a daycare center, and I called her on the phone, and I was on the toilet. And this is the first time this ever happened to me. I was literally shooting fucking waterfalls, dude. Like, it was crazy, like the way it was coming out of me. And I called her. I was like, "Is it possible to throw up from your butt?" Because I never had it before. So I thought I was literally throwing up from my butt because it was coming out so fucking fast that I was like, that shit's embarrassing. But no, dude. So Memorial Day, right? Kate's mom comes over and
that's fucking hot dog and beer did it to you. Huh?
Oh man, well, we had steaks, and I'm doing the no carb thing for like a week and a half before we go on vacation, just trying to lose a little bit of extra weight. So I'm only doing meat and shit like that, right? But and that one thing about the keto diet is the first couple days of it you will get the shits. Either that or you'll get severely constipated. So, but anyways, the next day I am hungover and I wake up in the morning and I just started this diet. I have nothing in the house I can eat. I don't even have fucking creamer for my coffee. So I wake up and I go directly to Kroger, which is not far from my house. And I'm in there walking around, dude. And I got those crampies. I got the pains. And I was like, and I know that this specific Kroger has a terrible bathroom in it. It's a terrible, like, one-seater bathroom that's super awkward.
It looks like Detroit downtown.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. It's right next to the Starbucks.
There's a homeless guy burning someone's finger.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, I'm telling myself, I'm like halfway through my shop, and I'm like, I'm not. I told myself, I was like, you're not shitting in this Kroger. You're gonna hold it until you get home. But then I just started cramping up real bad. And then finally, I was like halfway from the store across to the bathroom, and I got a cramp that literally stopped me from moving. Like I locked up. I was pushing the cart and I literally locked
You
up.
got that Holy Spirit lock.
Oh, dude, it got so bad. It literally froze my whole
Fall on
soul.
your knees.
And I was like, dude, I was wearing, like, I rolled out of bed. I looked like shit. I had short fucking basketball shorts on.
Yeah.
So if I shit myself, it was coming right into the fucking floor. Like,
you should, you know what? Well, imagine if you will, if you had actually done it, if you'd actually shit your pants.
I almost
and like
did,
if you were in
dude.
basketball shorts and it just started puddling around your feet. No, dude, listen. And you were standing there in the middle of fucking Kroger, and everyone's watching you do this, right? And you're just in the moment. You have to be in the moment. Like this is your life now. Like you have to just embrace.
Yeah.
No, but imagine, would you, dude? You would just like imagine you have to put yourself in that one moment in time that's happening, and you're standing there. Would you hold your hands up, and just embrace it, and be like, my life fucking sucks right now, and then just like have this pool of shit coming down your pants?
I was 1,000%. I know that that literally went through my head, but like what I told myself, and I also remember that dude in high school. And you guys don't know this, but Jay and I went to school with the dude, and there was a legendary story that this dude was playing basketball in PE, and he shit his pants.
Yeah, I heard about that.
While playing basketball. He went to do a jump shot, and like a turd just fell out of his shorts and like hit the basketball floor, and like everybody talked about it or whatever. Like it was a big thing.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was real. It might have just been a myth.
But yeah, I don't even know who it was. But no, dude. So I literally locked up. Like I couldn't move my feet.
Yeah.
The cramping was so bad that I made the decision to go to the bathroom, but I couldn't move.
I like how you said you made the decision. Your body said, fuck you.
Yeah, finally I gave in. But like I held the cart, and dude, I was shaking. I got fucking shaky, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And thank God it was early in the morning, so it wasn't busy in there. But dude, it was a make or break situation, and I was like, I have to make room. Like I've got to make room right now. So it was I couldn't walk, and I had to fart. I had to like let a fart out, or else I was gonna die or shit my pants. So there was a 50-50 shot at that moment that I was literally just gonna blow ass right into the target or right into the Kroger floor, like that guy in the airplane did.
Dude, I would have my anxiety would have hit me hard if I was shitting in the bathroom like that. I'm like, what if I fucking die here? What if I die in a shitty Walmart fucking bathroom and no one finds me until like fucking lunchtime, and I've been in there for 5 hours dead in a stinky ass toilet, and people are gonna talk about, oh, how'd Jay die? Oh, he died of a heart attack on a fucking Walmart toilet.
Well, that's so I decided I gotta let room out, or else I can't move my feet anymore. It was that bad, and I like went. Like I let it go, and thank God no shit came out of my butt right before.
Oh.
So the second I relieved that air and I could move my legs again, I fucking beelined the cart towards the bathroom, and I ran in there, and they had renovated the bathroom to my surprise. And it's one of those. It's like in American Psycho. It's like, and relief washed over me when I realized my apartment was bigger than his. When I opened up the door, and there was an open stall, I was like, thank God. I ran in there and I sat down, and I realized, oh my God, they renovated. So it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah.
But then I realized there was a second stall, and there was a construction worker in the second stall. And this bathroom, it was early in the morning, so it was so clean. It was nice and pristine. And I was like, yes, I just fucking scored. I'm going to buy a lottery ticket. And they even had a little bottle of Glade on the oh shit handle. You know, that like, oh God. Like one of those handles. They had a little bottle of Glade there. I'm like, I'm in great hands. I'm in State Farm's hands. It's going to be fine. But then I realized that the guy was next to me, and it was fucking, dude, the music, they didn't have a speaker in the bathroom. So they're playing the music outside. There's no speaker in the bathroom. It's pure silence. You could have heard a hair flap in the wind. So as soon as I let this beast go, it was going to be the loudest fucking thing of all time. Mm-hmm. And because I could hear him next to me going, like fucking.
I thought he was working. Like you could be like, hey man, can you use like a drill or something for a little while?
No, but I heard him immediately be like, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, he was there with you. He was in there with you, like with spirit. He was like, come on, I'll help you with it. He was like that Native American guy, Poltergeist too. He's like, I will help you save your family.
I feel like I'd eaten on top of an Indian burial ground, but I was almost like, hey man, something bad's about to happen. You should go. You save yourself. But like
Yeah.
it happened, and then I tried to convenience flush, right? Because as soon as it came out, I tried to convenience
I
flush.
don't want the water to splash up my butthole.
Oh, you got to, because it's just kindness, But like, it didn't have a handle on it. It was one of those like memory things. So I'm sitting here after I just unleashed the worst thing in history, and I'm going like this on the fucking toilet. I'm going like this, trying to hit the sensor, and it won't fucking hit. And then I thought, well, I'll just spray the Glade. But then as I reached for the Glade, I realized that is the direct spot that people who just wiped their fucking butt and got shit on their finger picked up and sprayed. That's not the bathroom door. It's not the handles at the sink. This bottle of Glade has got more dude's poop on it than fucking. You just if put a black light on that, you could see it from space if it was cum. So I couldn't do the Glade stick because I freaked myself out. I'm talking. It was so quiet you could hear the wiping. It's like, have you come for the feeding? You can hear the wiping. Like when I wiped my ass, it was like
sandpaper, fucking toilet paper.
But I did it, and then, but the story's not even over yet. I finished. I beat him out. And this
God damn, what's the Cliff Notes version?
I know. But I got done, and I go to wash my hands. This motherfucker flushes the toilet. I know he didn't wipe because you can hear everything.
Yeah.
Do not flush the fucking. And I'm thinking, is this motherfucker gonna awkwardly open it? Everybody knows bathroom etiquette. If you're shitting at the same time, let the other person leave so you don't have to look at each other eye to eye. He flushes the toilet, so I start fucking hurrying up on my hands, and I can't get the sensor on the fucking sink to work. But 5 minutes later, I'm out. I'm finishing my shopping. I'm walking around, and I shit so fucking hard that I got dizzy. I'm pushing my cart, dude, and I'm dehydrated. I'm hungover as shit. I'm trying to find some fucking protein bars. And I'm pushing, and everything goes.
Yeah.
And then I almost ran into an employee that works at the liquor store who sees me constantly because she works at the liquor store. And I almost said, I was like, oh, sorry. And I was like, I gotta go the fuck home. So I just took my cart and went home. But that was my shit story. Thank you.
I hope your belly feels better, Joe.
After a while.
No, I was gonna say was mine was quick. Only time I ever did close to that. I'd never shit in public bathrooms ever unless something's really wrong. If you're ever out with me and I'm pooping in a public bathroom, there's a big fucking issue. Like, I mean, somebody call the goddamn National Guard. I'm like shit brick for real. Like, I will wait to go home to take a dump. I don't care how bad. But here's the thing. I turtled it one fucking time. Like, I came back from Mike's house. It was in the morning, and I was hungover, and I was like, and there was a fucking like, I had to shit. Like, I had to shit real fucking bad, and I was on a stretch of road. There's nothing around except for goddamn. Like, it was that bad. I wanted to go into a fucking cow pasture and shit with them. And I was like, I'll just go poop with them and lay out some of my own patties. And I was like, I'm not gonna get home in time. There's no way. I'm just gonna let it fucking flow out of my ass and into my pants because
if you're in your car,
I know, but I was like, well, I didn't know if it was gonna be one of those leaky ones that was gonna like go into the seat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And but so I started like I was clinching so hard, I got taller, dude. I was tall. And like I was like, if a cop I got the greatest thigh workout of all time because it was all up in the thighs. I looked like fucking Andre the Giant by the time I got home, dude. I was that fucking tall. Like I was almost out of the I was like one arm like the entire fucking time, like this fucking tall. That was about that. But I never had anything like that. Like where I had like where construction. Well, no, I did. But it wasn't like a construction worker that was sitting next to me. It was just some poor janitor that came in and I was shitting really fucking bad. He's like, woo! It's like, damn. And then I was like, you gonna make some toilet paper? Yeah, toilet paper. That was the whole thing.
I won't say I have no problem shitting in public. Clearly, I don't like to shit in public, but I will if I have to. Like when I used to work at a call center with my wife, we would have to get on, the interstate from Winchester to Lexington. There was like 20 to 25 minutes of nothing. And the first possible stop you have is a Walmart. And I shit at that Walmart several times. And I would just run in there with my butt cheeks clenched, like holding my butt, running inside. But this was all my fault. I could have used the bathroom, didn't want to, but then it said no. Yeah. You go now. You play with the devil, and now you got the brisket. Is what it said to me. But it's the worst, dude. It's the worst.
Anyway, there was a stomach flu going around.
I hope you feel better.
Stay vigilant. Wash your hands out there.
What we're trying to say is you're not alone. Jerry Raby says, finally, someone realized Gordon Green's directing has killed more brain cells than Michael Allen kills. I don't think it's 100% David Gordon Green's fault. I think he gets a little bit of a bad rap. I think
bootlicker.
But no, Blumhouse never should have put him in that position. He did a good job with Halloween 2018. He did.
Yeah,
he cared about it. It was simple. He had a task. He completed it. But his indie original creative mind, given the COVID and given all the extra time he had to rethink, he really wanted to make something super special. Yeah. When all he should have done was say, I want to make great Halloween films because I'm lucky to be in this situation. I don't think that makes him a bad filmmaker. I think that he just, I think he's a guy who should.
Poor filmmaker.
No,
I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, when Jay said earlier, for instance, that Mike Flanagan should be working. He should be doing original projects, and it's a bummer that he's doing Exorcist stuff. I think in his natural nature, that's David Gordon Green. Like, I think he's a good filmmaker and he has a lot to say, and he's an artistic mind. But I think he's not somebody who should be taking IP that fans count on a certain thing and remaking it and doing that. I think he got caught in a bad situation with Blumhouse, and I'm happy for him that he's moved on and he can do his little indie films and do some cool shit. I don't think David Gordon Green's to blame for that. If someone throws millions and millions of dollars at you and says, hey, do you want to do an extra sequel? Fuck, I would too. And I'd probably make a piece of shit because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I think he tried his best. I just don't think it's what worked. Blumhouse should have been the ones who were like, no, we need to pay a little bit more close attention to what you're doing here, especially after Halloween Ends. I think they fucked up, not David Gordon Green. I don't blame him as a person, Still, yeah, you're right. You're right, Chairman Jerry. You're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, buddy. I'm not. Garrett, I wish any company but what was that noise? I wish any company but Blumhouse had this franchise. They do nothing but make doo-doo diapers. Look, Blumhouse did bring us Sinister. Blumhouse did bring us Halloween 2018. Blumhouse has brought us good movies before. But you're right. Lately, pure doo-doo fucking diapers. And if you watch Jason Blum's tweets, he kind of seems like he's off his fucking rocker. He sounds like Steve-O in the middle of one of his like crazy shits from before. Yeah. He seems kind of nuts and crazy. And when you look at Imaginary and you look at Night Swim and you look at some of the shit they're doing, I don't understand where the fuck he's at. At one point, Blumhouse was doing great shit, and they have just completely lost the fucking
Blumhouse. But they become the Big Lots of the horror genre right now. It's like, Big Lots. It's like, you want to get it? You listen, I need to get some good like shingles for my roof. It's like, yeah, go in there. Like, definitely, they're made out of fucking like Play-Doh, but they're shingles.
Yeah,
they'll last for about an hour when the rainstorm comes, and then they'll melt.
But is there a perfect studio? There's not. Like, look at obviously. A24 is definitely not perfect. You look at
They're
movies
perfect.
Like Men,
100% perfect. New Line Cinema.
Watch fucking Men.
MGM.
Watch the movie Men and tell me A24 is fucking perfect.
I'm kidding. No, there's no perfect. But I tell you what, Blumhouse has got more fucking misses than goddamn Sammy Sosa on a steroid test.
After a steroid test, at least.
That's what after, yeah.
Yeah. But no, there's really no perfect movie studio, man. I mean, A24 has a lot of fucking hard misses.
I feel like the problem with Blumhouse is they continuously buy shit up, and they're selfish little bastards that buy up properties, and then they do really quick ass bullshit made for profit movies. Yeah, that's the problem. They have no respect for what they bought, and they just turn out bullshit.
They do whatever the fuck Universal tells.
So it's no different than Disney. Disney gobbles up as much property as it can, and then they turn out bullshit.
Blumhouse was great before they made this deal with Universal, and they just decided that whatever they're gonna do, whatever Universal says, they'll do. I saw a comment on Jason Blum's tweet. Yeah. Where he made a comment and he was like, what's weird is that video games look more like movies and movies look more like video games. What's up with that? And someone was like, he made a point about a movie theater being too loud. And he was like, the movie was so loud, it was terrible, not the way to bring people back to theaters. And somebody commented, they were like, yeah, neither is taking your movies and making them day and date releases to streaming, and burned his ass. And Jason Blum's response was, I agree with you. So I think they're locked in this deal with Universal, and they're being told what to do, and they have to do whatever Universal says with the Peacock day and date releases and shit like that. once Blumhouse gets out of this deal with Universal, I think that they may have some hope to go back to what they did before. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it lasts.
Well, it's at first I was like, it would be a cool idea to have all this shared universe shit. Like, not really, but kind of like if Jason and Freddy and Ghostface and all that were under one like umbrella and they were making movies out and stuff like that's actually a terrible idea because I can just look at something as quick. Like again, it's there. It's not the same. But it is. If you look at something like WWE, it ate up all the competition. When there was no more competition, you get shit product. WCW, for all of its fault, and there were some faults with it, at least you had a competitive. They had Ring of Honor that was out around that time too. I think Ring of Honor is still around. But I'm saying like the biggest problem I have with Blumhouse is that Blumhouse, every fucking movie that's coming out, it's the same ticky-tacky, cheesy-ass formula that we accuse Disney of doing with their Marvel movies. It's the
100%.
same cookie-cut bullshit. So when people say, oh, it's a Blumhouse production, they know what they're going to get. It's some plastic shit.
Yeah. And if you watch Imaginary and Night Swim, there's no way you can disagree with that. Mike said, I prefer New Line to like Warner Brothers. The thing about New Line is allegedly
a man
New
of
Line,
culture, Steve.
New Line is the ones that are deciding not to do anything with Jason Voorhees right now. I don't know what's actually going on with that, but allegedly New Line is not interested in making Jason movies. So if they're dumb enough to think that a Friday the 13th film in today's day and age will not fucking be huge, then clearly they're off their fucking rockers. But then on the other hand, you got Warner Brothers who couldn't handle a fucking grocery bag, right? With David Zaslav and the way they fuck everything up. And they're more concerned with Conjuring spinoffs and weak ass shit like that. Talk about Walmart shit.
Well, that's all they got.
They're right
that's
there
all they got right now.
Really, it comes down to, and that's why I think people are so drawn to movies like Terrifier, because they're not swept up by these huge companies who have no idea how the fuck to handle horror movies.
Well, I think it goes back. But as far as the argument is, Blumhouse, I agree with you. Blumhouse owning any kind of property is bad news for right now. Until it gets like maybe it is, maybe it's the Universal thing, but whatever it is, having a property under Blumhouse at this point in time is not a good thing.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. I totally agree with that. Angelo, the Cisco Kid says, "Sup, hoes?
Sup, babe?"
Sure. I'm sorry. Did I read that, Gary?
Yeah, that was on.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ. I'm on another planet. Another girl, another planet. Angelo, the Cisco Kid says, "Sup, hoes? You die and come back in another universe, and like a video game, can spec your build. What do you choose? Stamina, height, can sing, fighter? That's a wild question."
Well, how many points do you get for your spec? I mean, these are important things, Angelo, the Cisco Kid. You can't just say you get one attribute that you can enhance. Okay,
I'm 100% 6'5".
Fallout, you get like so many points, right? You have the endurance. You have any points you get. Like if I'm gonna pick anything, it's gonna be height. I'm gonna be fucking tall. I want to be like fucking 6'6".
Yeah,
I'm gonna pump a lot of points in that, and then I'm gonna put the rest of it in fucking luck.
And
and that's it.
And I'm good with that. Like if I could come back 6'5", 6'5", I know I can put muscle on. I will just eat a fuckload.
What if it was like, what if you can only be 6'5"? Either you're going to be super skinny for the rest of your life or super fat for the rest of your life, and there's no two ways about it. You can't be muscular. You have to be one or the other.
I would take skinny because like
you could eat whatever you want and never have to worry about anything. But
at least it's healthier. And like you said, you can eat whatever you want for sure. But no, I would definitely take height, and then you could just go to the gym. You could work that shit out. But I guess
what if you were super skinny or super fat, but no matter what, you were super skinny. You could eat whatever you want, but your dick was hung like 3 inches. And if you're super fat, you had a huge dick. You had like a 9-inch cock, but you're super fat for the rest of your life.
That's a real Sophie's choice, because then like you could score things, but then you couldn't satisfy them. So then like, what's the point almost? Like, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really good question. What are you doing over there?
Shut up before I feed you to some people down the street.
That's a tough one, Angelo. Batbeast says, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you all are having a great day. Woo! I was kind of wondering what Loomis's thoughts were on Stu coming back for Scream 7. Where'd you go? Where are you going?
Goddamn heart attack just happened. Shut up, Batbeast.
Come on back. You know you want it.
I don't want shit. I want that goddamn rumor to go away. That's what I want.
Loomis just say get it up one time. As Loomis, just say it one fucking time, please. I need it.
No. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Get used to it. It's called life. And just like you pussies about Stu, get used to it. He's not coming back. He's dead. like Michael should be. No, he's not coming back. I have no opinion except this. Bad Beast, change your profile picture. You look stupid.
Hey, he's a handsome guy. What's your fucking problem?
You know what? When I'm answering the question, you don't talk.
Hey, you watch your fucking
You
tone,
shut your
pal.
goddamn mouth up. Go back to Walmart and take a dump.
That was Kroger. Get your story right.
Oh, yeah,
God
that's
damn it. What the
What
fuck?
do you think is shittier bathrooms, Kroger or Walmart? It's got to be Walmart overall. Just Walmart's
Well, I
got to
would
have the
say-
shittiest bathrooms.
Dude, I would say that, but we don't have a Walmart in my town here. We only have a Kroger, and they have a 2-stall
Yeah, but
bathroom. that's
Winchester's
quiet.
Walmart. Woo.
Oh yeah, I've shit in a lot of Walmarts though. Shit in a lot of fucking Walmarts, and 90% of the time you're shitting right next to the employees from Walmart. So you just let ass go, and like they know what's up. They've been there.
People just shit in the aisles in Walmart. I don't even know why you have bathrooms for. They just take a shit in the bucket.
That's true too. Jamie Owen Smith, would a Goonies sequel work? My selfishness wants
A
it.
lot of people do, man. And I mean, to be fair, would it work? I mean, if they get the original cast back, probably. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm like, listen, I'm also not one of those guys that think there's certain movies I think that are like should not be touched and that are timeless forever. I think The Goonies is a great fucking movie. I like The Goonies a lot. I never really was like a huge like mega fan of it. We're like, oh my god, we must protect this at all costs type of movie. So if they were going to do a sequel to it and have the Goonies have children and the children were going to go on adventure, I think it'd be fine. I feel like what would happen though, again, it was going to be a product of its time. It was going to be Disney-fied as fuck, eye-rolling bullshit in it. So I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, but yeah, I think it would work because there'd be a lot of people showing up to go watch it. But do I think it would be any good? Probably not. To be fair, I don't think it'd be good.
Can I be honest with you guys for a second?
What?
Just for a second.
What? You didn't really shit in that bathroom.
Don't
you
you
shit
fucking
your
want
pants.
me?
You shit your
I'll-
pants.
I'll
That's what it
spread your
was.
butt
You shit
cheeks
your
so
pants.
far. I'll spread your butt cheeks so
I
far.
want your ass in my mouth.
I
What?
will lick your butt, Jay, until the sun comes home.
Good.
What?
I need a good bidet.
I will clean it.
Thank you.
Listen, I watched The Goonies 5 or 6 years ago. Again, it's a little overrated.
Somebody grab him and rape him. Get him and rape him. Somebody take out his card. Oh, dude, I swear to God, for a second there, I thought your butt was out for real. Because you were wearing tan pants, and it looked like it was skin colored.
It
Like,
did. It was that
you're
skin
literally
color,
like,
yeah.
we're gonna get banned. It's like it's all fun and games till we're fucking
on now.
banned.
Hot
No,
dog.
no. Listen. I don't think it's overrated. I think
better.
it's a good movie. I think it's a solid movie. I don't think it's one of those movies I would never watch The Goonies. I can't watch The Goonies. Some people watch it every year. I watch it like every few years.
Why am I dressed like the 98 Degrees guys in their music video in the fucking like 1996? Like, please tell me. I don't know 98 Degrees songs,
But yeah, I don't think it's overrated. I just think it's one of those movies that are like, it's good. It's not I can't watch it every fucking year. Like some people literally watch it every fucking year. It's like their go-to. I get that. It's their go-to like comfort movie, but I don't.
I think it's a cool name. I think it's a great logo with the pirate thing. Truffle Shuffle.
Andy, you Goonie!
I just think it's a little over fucking rated. So like, I don't know.
Well, obviously, Mike didn't throw his quarter into the wishing well.
Do you want to like? You don't know who's doing it. You don't know who's making it. Someone comes to you. Should we make a sequel to The Goonies? Do you say yes or no? Right now.
I would say no.
Well, then you failed and you got fired because you didn't make a
No,
company.
I would say no.
That's
I was like, yeah, I gotta have a director attached to it first, bitch.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants a Goonies sequel. No, I mean I'm not saying anybody wants a Goonies sequel. I just don't think it would work.
I think there's that's why I think that there's a lot of people that want it, and I think it would do well enough that as far as like people going to the theaters and seeing it, I just don't think it would be a good movie. I think that they would fucking shit on what made it. But the reason why, though that movie works so well, though, I think it was lightning in a ball. The casting was great. The story, the setting, the timing, the decade that it came out in, everything was like perfect. Now, like, what are they gonna? The villains, they don't. I don't know. It wouldn't be the same.
I hate to agree with you because I don't like the way your dick tastes. But like, well,
it's because I fucked that guy in the ass the night before. That's why I didn't watch.
I know you're gay. Your dick tastes like shit.
Like, yeah.
I don't.
I know when I was putting it in your mouth, I was like, "This is how little I respect you."
I didn't even clean it first.
Yeah.
No, I don't see a reason for that movie to have a sequel. I think you're absolutely right. It was lightning in a bottle. It was a one-time. It was good because it was fucking weird. Like, you don't recreate that, you know?
Yeah.
You just don't recreate that. If you're smart enough to recreate it, you should just make your own fucking movie. Like a pop. Blumhouse is reviving Harry Warden, which is exciting. That's My Bloody Valentine, for those who don't know. So maybe they could revive Jason, but Blum also needs to know when to hold them, when to fold them.
That's wise words, man. Wise words. The Kenny Rogers said that. Wasn't it Kenny Rogers? I could be wrong. I don't know.
I think you're right. I think
but anyway,
Kenny
you're right. Well, you know, Michael, you're 100% correct. They could revive Jason, but again, I don't think they're the right company for Jason because I'm afraid of what they would do to the actual character. You know, again, I mean,
PG-13.
Yeah, Halloween 2018 was great.
Requel.
I liked Kills is okay.
Bring back Adrian King.
Yeah, sorry, it would not be Jason Voorhees. It would like who was it? Platinum Dunes did a great 2009 Friday the 13th. I would give it to a studio like that, even though that was, I know, a Michael Bay studio, but they did a great job. I think Michael Bay had nothing to, at least Michael Bay was smart enough to be like, I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm not going to interfere with it.
Yeah, Michael Bay hated it so much that he walked
like, is there explosions in it? They're like, no. I was like, okay, fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah, Michael Bay walked out on the screening because he, at the point where the dude with Trent was like, your tits are so juicy, bro. He walked down the screening because he was so disgusted with what they had made.
Yeah, right. Like, he didn't want to say the same thing to Megan Fox and Transformers.
I love your belly button. I want to lick it.
Yeah, like he wasn't sexualizing the shit out of her, walking around with her hot ass midriff and sexy ass legs.
Look, I don't mind Blumhouse reviving Harry Warden and My Bloody Valentine just because nobody else was going to. Nobody gave a fuck about that franchise. Blumhouse has a fucking big old ding ding turkey stun hard on for any IP they can get their hands on. And maybe in my heart of hearts, I think maybe Blumhouse goes, you know what? I'm sick of people fucking dogging us and calling us Walmart bullshit gateway fucking horror. We're going to take My Bloody Valentine 3D and we're going to make it the goriest, nastiest, most fucked up, depraved Texas Chainsaw at a drive-in in 1976 where you could smoke in the middle of the fucking concession stand, fucked up movie, and we're going to make it gnarly. Now, if they had an ounce of ball sack in Ryan Turek's fucking sack, then they probably would do that. I don't know if they will or not, but to me, there's at least hope they could, and they could turn it all around for themselves.
No,
but
they ain't going to do that. They don't give a fuck.
Adrian, how can we get selected? Get a selected movie review by y'all? We have a tier on Patreon. By the way, when I get back from taking a pee break, and I don't know if Jay needs another one or not, maybe after his pee break too, we're gonna do a Patreon review. We have a tier on our Patreon. Patreon.com/We Watched a Movie. There's a tier where we do a selected movie review for you if you like. Tonight we're doing one for our buddy Christopher Sampson. Fly Me to the Moon, like that bitch Alice Crampton.
Is he here?
Chris, are you here? I have not seen him. I'm so bummed because I haven't seen him tonight. I was hoping he was here. But yeah, last week we did Interstellar for another good buddy, and but that's how you do it. That's on Patreon, my friend. I will be at the book. Jay, we are at 8:57 with another one from Adron.
Okay.
See you soon.
See you soon. Have a good time. Hey, 8:57 who? Oh, Adrian. Okay. Thank you, Adrian. He says, I wrote a Michael.
That's Adrian. Jay.
Yeah, shut up. I wrote a Michael versus
Adrian.
God damn it. You know what, Adrian? Nobody cares about what you fucking wrote. Sorry, man. I couldn't read your question or your answer or your comment or your thing that you left on the comment thing. Adrian says, by the way, thank you, dude. I wrote a Michael versus Leatherface screenplay for fun, called it Halloween Massacre. Not too long, but it's fun. Can I send it to y'all? No strings. Yeah, man. Listen, if you want to email, it's WeWatchMovie2 at Gmail. We'll try to get to it. No promises. I mean, we are literally like so fucking far behind. It's like looking at my taxes. It's ridiculous how much I owe. So we'll try to get to it for sure. I mean, just for fun to read it. Because some of you guys that do the fan films or the fan, whatever, you guys are so much more creative than Hollywood. It's ridiculous. But yeah, thank you, dude, for sure. If you want to email it to us or just send it through the mail, that's fine too. Whatever you want. But thank you, man. Jamie Owen Smith says, I think modern sequels to 80s, by the way, thank you, dude, says classics should be on film instead of digital and use the same tech. That's what I'm thinking of. This might be why Beetlejuice 2 and others look clean. Yes, dude, that's what it is. I'm stupid. I didn't have the vocabulary to express what I wanted to say. And you are 1,000% correct because you have a great name, Jamie Owen Smith. It sounds like you should be in Congress or something like that, even though you're British or something. I agree with you. It should be on film. That's what it is. It's that digital shit that makes it look like it's like, bright lights of, like an aisle in Walmart. Yeah, not for show. I agree. That's right. That's what it is. That's what it is. Thank you, dude. Christopher Sampson. There he is, legend man. Hey, I'm looking forward to the review. I respect you guys' opinion. Smile 2, I'm anticipating. Any news on a follow-up to Brightburn? I've not even seen Smile 1. I gotta get on that shit. But I didn't know there was even rumored news or rumored situations going on with Brightburn. I hope there is. That's badass. Brightburn's an awesome fucking movie. If you guys don't know what Brightburn is, it's essentially an evil origin story for Superman. I think it was great. I don't know how well that did, but I hope it did. I mean, if there's rumors about a sequel to it, I guess it did well enough. That movie, woo, very, very good. Was it, who directed that? Was it James Gunn? I know you guys are probably telling me in the comments, but I'm behind, so I can't see it live. Who directed this bitch? David Yarovsky. I thought it was a James Gunn thing. Oh, he produced it. Okay, that's right. Okay, yeah. So James Gunn produced it. But yeah, I don't know any I'll ask Mike if he knows anything about it, but I haven't heard anything. So, but I've not been exactly April O'Neil at the reporter desk. Scouring through the internet, because I didn't even know there was anything up for a Brightburn sequel. Moda, sorry I'm late. Where's the men? There's the shorts, dude. But by the way, thank you, Chris, and we are going to be getting to your review very soon, very, very, very soon. Moda, shorts, McGoats, and we'd like to see you here, Moda. Thank you for coming in. Let's go. Jonathan Fambro, thank you so much, says, I hear rumors that there's going to be a Chucky versus Megan movie. I don't care. Probably makes sense. I mean, you got nothing else to do with Chucky. He's not formidable in any fucking way whatsoever. He's a overrated red-haired turd. I don't like him. I flat don't like you, Chucky. I don't care. I know some people just love that guy, love that character. It's just not for me. And as far as Megan goes, cool. I mean, that's fine. Like, let them fight. Let them eat cake. And let them fight. I don't give a shit. I'll not watch it. Maybe I will. Maybe when it's free, but I'm not going to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's going to be a dirty little secret. But thank you, Jonathan, for the information in the news. Appreciate you, dude. Desi J, thank you so much, says, I will never understand why David Gordon Green changed the same night arc he had for Halloween and added Ends where he did. Ends would have been a great start to a new trilogy. Name it Halloween Begins and go from there. Yeah, listen, there's a lot of fucking problems with Halloween Ends, mainly that they shot it. But dude, Corey, good God, what the fuck is that? What have you done? Michael's living in a sewer. He smells like butt crack and cockroaches. And now Corey comes in. He looks like he smells like feet and Cheetos. And he somehow beats up one of the coolest mass killers of all time, stalker Michael Myers, to shape himself. What the fuck are we doing here? Who's booking these matches? Vince Russo. It was like the end of WCW. Awful ass fucking shit. Terrible writing. But you're right. And also, the Corey character and arc might have worked in some weird fucked up universe if they'd introduced him at least in Halloween 2018, and we'd had some time to build up that arc and that character and that story and that mystical shit that they were going for, which didn't even really exist in 2018. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things the Halloween Ends could have done right, which is, again, one, just not being like fucking stupid. But they were never going to do a Halloween Begins and go from there, because they wanted to wrap up they wanted to do 3 movies. They wanted to do their own trilogy. They wanted to make sure that they left a bookend mark where it was going to be hard for anybody to follow up and do anything after that. They wanted to tell their definitive story and then have another director come in later and tell their own story if they do a remake of Halloween, which at this point you have to do. So, yeah, but I don't know. I think that God has just revealed himself to Mike and said that he's going to hell. As you can see, it was bright light that occurred on the screen there. But thank you, Desi J. Nice question. Dean Clean says, I had the runs real bad Christmas 2018. I like that you have a date etched in your memory. Like, you know exactly. Like, it was a Thursday, Christmas 2018 at 2:45 p.m. that the Thunder Gods themselves came down and electrocuted my anus hole. And the anus hole had nothing but crack steam chocolate running down the leg. I don't know why it sounded like that, but that's a good story, Dean Cream Betweens. Christmas 2018 was a hell of a year for all sorts of things. Like, the marketplace was on a roll. I had shit coming down on my underwear and my panties. But anyway,
I remember that day like it was D-Day.
Yeah, because I get excited talking about my foods, man. Dude, I swear to
sorry.
God, dude, I know that Tropic Thunder is like there's so many quotable lines from Robert Downey, but that line always seems to go unnoticed because Booty Juice Sweat McGland says something and then he barely says it, but when Robert Downey goes, I get excited talking about my foods, man. Dude, I say that now, and no matter what I'm doing, like if I go to the drive-thru, like I get excited talking about my foods, man.
Dude, that movie is so underrated. It's one of the all-time great comedies. It like really is. I don't care who says what.
Oh yeah, and Chris Sampson is here.
I just now saw that, which is what I was going to say before we get to the rest of the super chats. We will go ahead and review this fucking underrated.
I gotta go pee.
Oh wait, well never mind. We'll wait till Jay goes pee.
I'll be right back.
Get it out of you. Well, that was for Jay. I'll get back to that, my friend. In the meantime, Melted7 says, "Hey, you sexy motherfuckers. Here's a question. Do you guys think Scream 7 should have a different version of the Ghostface mask, like the Chrome or Scarecrow mask? I don't, man. I deeply in my cockles at night don't. I think that they tried that with the Scream TV series, right? And it wasn't a bad mask. That like fucking mask that they had. It really wasn't that bad, but it just takes away, dude. There's something so pristine and perfect about that white, just elongated Ghostface mask that just means something, you know? I think it's a staple. I think it'd be like changing. Could you imagine them changing Michael Myers' mask? That'd be a huge mistake. You could never ever do that. No, says I. I get the idea of it. I think they can maybe do a side scene, which, you know, nobody ever wants to give Scream 5 or 6 credit for anything they do because they're the new thing. They're the new kid in town and they're not made by Wes Craven. But they did some really smart shit, man. When they did that little side thing where Matthew Lillard was actually, you know, voicing the Chrome, you know, Ghostface, they gave you a sense of that in a way that didn't affect the canon of the films. And I think that was so smart. It was one of the many things that I think those two films did that were so smart that they'll never get credit for. But I think it's just, I think it would be a huge mistake. And I understand why you're saying that. But I think you could have a scene, maybe one scene, you know, where someone wears maybe a copycat killer or something wears a Scarecrow Scream mask or the bleeding mask that so many of us bought as kids going out on Halloween and Scream in the 90s. But no, as far as a staple, you got to have the main Scream mask be the main thing. Now they did dirty it up a little bit. What'd you say to me? They did dirty it up a little bit with the Scream 6 mask, which is a nice touch. But again, that was a smart thing to do. It still looked like Ghostface. It just had a different thing to it. But you should never ever fully change it. Never. Not for a whole movie. Nuh-uh. You don't say that.
Oh.
Hey, Leave the Machine Bowers, who's a sexual some bitch, says, "Hey Jay, Twister is finally getting a 4K release July 09, and Jaws 3: The Revenge getting a 4K releases on July 23rd.
Cool. Yeah, dude. Like again, I'm like super obsessed, like a fucking teen girl of Backstreet Boys about 4K right now. I was a hater for
I'm
a
trying
long
to tell
time.
you.
Shut up! Hindsight's 2020, and now I've seen the coming of the Lord. It's in 4K, and I'm going to watch it with the horse. But no, yeah, that's awesome because I just watched. Is Independence Day in 4K?
I want to say yeah.
What about
I think I own it.
Armageddon or Deep Impact?
I don't think Armageddon is.
Oh, you said because
so.
I want to see those disaster movies in 4K. I want to see that shit deep. Give me all the pixels.
Well, I was watching Black Mirror today, and it was in 4K. And it was crazy good. Like 4K is like a legit thing. It's best for old movies like Twister or whatever, or even older movies because, like, man, it just adds a whole new realm to it.
Well, he wouldn't know. I guess I'll look it up. I wonder how much they're going to charge for it, though. How much it going to be? How many beans I got to put out on the counter?
Well, it depends. Like, if you go to the wrong place, you're paying $40 for a fucking 4K.
Fuck that.
I ain't doing that.
If it's like 24, even though I'm like, I don't like that. Because remember when they did HD DVD or Blu-ray? No, there was something like a specific one where it was like 24, 23. Maybe those were 4Ks. That's what I was seeing. Like they were like, because I was still getting the Blu-rays, and then there was like ultra holy shit fucking definitions that were $23.
They'll butt fuck you any way they can with those. But like The Crow just came out on 4K, and it was only like you could get it for like $20, which I think is fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the hard copy of it or whatever.
I want the pixel to be so clear. I want to see the bullet that took our man from us.
Oh fuck, that's fucked up.
Hey, it's fine. It's part of history. It's a part of history, man.
But no, dude, I do love 4K. And man, I don't know how I feel about the new Twisters movie. I'm totally 50-50. Like, I love that they're throwing back to the old school. Like, they are doing the vibes, but also sometimes it feels corny when the dude's like, "We got twins." I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, it could be great. And tornadoes on the big screen. Like, and Jay, you know this. Like, dude, like at one point in my life, all I wanted to be was a storm chaser when I grew up. Like,
we all did.
We used to sit around and just draw pictures of tornadoes and watch like Nature's Fury.
I legitimately thought that we were going to do that. Like when we got older, like we were not going to have no fucking wives or anything. Like, you girls, God, get out of here.
Gross. I don't need sex with my wiener.
We'll touch each other in the van. What? But yeah, like I thought we were all going to do that. Like but I didn't know there was like fucking, you had to like go out and get a job and like make money to like save up. And I'm like, ooh, God, a job.
There was a
J-O-B.
We really thought we were going to be storm chasers when we grew up.
It's like, yeah, we're just gonna get a shitty broken down van and just chase fucking tornadoes without any kind of training or equipment. And just be like, what are you gonna do when you get up to it? It's like, I don't know.
Just
look at it,
I'm gonna release Dorothy. Duh. No, I'm in a group chat with some friends and they were talking about Twister, and I was like, dude, you have no idea. I saw Twisters in the theater as a kid 3 times. And like that doesn't sound like that much, but as a kid, where you have to rely on your family members or friends to take you to a movie, especially when you know my mom hated movies, wouldn't go to see a movie 3 times. You had to work for that shit. And I saw Twisters 3 times in theaters. That's how much I fucking loved it. It's one of my probably top 10 favorite movies of all time. And I have no idea what to think about this next movie. I'm gonna have to wait till I see it, really, until I can say anything. It could be awesome or it could be terrible shit. I liked Into the Storm. Like, I don't think Into the Storm was terrible as a found footage.
Hold on a second. Hey, somebody say something in the chat.
Ike, cheese.
Say something.
Butt fuck.
Type 1.
What are you dealing with over there? What's going on?
My shit stopped working. Oh, God damn it, dude. If I get back, if my shit stops fucking working again, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
I see Gene Creebletones just said 1. Lissa Serial just said 1.
Okay. I see it. Okay, there's a delay. There was a delay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You can eat the black licorice. It's not laced.
The beer's gone bad.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
But in the meantime, Christopher Sampson, who is here, we fucking love you, dude. You're the best. And you picked a great movie for your Patreon movie review request. And it is Killing Them Softly, which is a movie that I saw when it came out at the dawn of our channel. I don't think we ever reviewed it or anything like that.
Because we had just started the channel.
Right. But I watched this movie in the theaters with my wife. I fucking loved it. I'm pretty sure she hated it. I'm pretty sure she did. And a lot of people hated this movie when it came out. But it is such an underrated fucking mob movie that stars Brad Pitt, Scoot McNairy. It's got Ray Liotta in it. Richard Jenkins has a great role in the movie. A bunch of people that you've seen from other mob movies. James Gandolfini has an amazing spot in the movie.
Yeah.
But the thing about this movie is that it pissed a lot of people off because it was at the dawn of the Obama administration and shit like that. And throughout this mob movie, where you've got you've got Ray Liotta who's running a card game. But at one point, he stages a hit on his own card game where he lets somebody come in and rob the card game that they're playing with a bunch of mafiosos and stuff like that. And he gets drunk one night and he admits that he staged it and he took the money from it. So a bunch of wise guys get the idea of, hey, if we rob this card game, everyone's going to think it's him. They're going to kill him. They're never, ever going to suspect us. And we're going to get away scot-free with 30 to 40K. And then you've got this myriad of different characters in Depressionist America, in an America that was going through a recession. And it was at the end of the Bush administration, the start of the Obama administration.
Now watch this drive.
Yeah, throughout the movie, while these mob things are unfolding, you'll constantly hear either Bush in the background talking about what they did to quell the banks and everybody that really drove our economy to shit. And then towards the end of the movie, you'll hear Obama's speech saying how everything's going to be okay and yes, we can. And the movie is a pessimist version of all of that, saying, no, we're all fucked. The banks fucked us. The government fucked us. Obama's no different, and we're thinking that everything's going to be yay, happy go lucky, but it's actually not. It's the same people fucking us. And the movie is basically a pessimistic version of everyone in politics sucks, and we're all on our own, wrapped up in a burrito of a mob movie. Is that fair?
No, it's just a heist movie. You fucking idiot! God damn.
But it pissed off everyone. But
Well,
that's
I don't know
what the
why.
movie was.
I like. Listen, this is the first time I ever seen it, Chris. I've never watched this movie in my life. I've heard about it. I think Mike and Cody's mentioned it a few times. I just never. I don't know why. Killing Them Softly just sounded like stupid. I was like, is it made by the Fugees or some shit or whatever the fuck what's that band's called? The Foo-Foos.
By the way, before you say anything, I do want to mention that at the time this movie pissed everybody off because they were like, that's such a pessimistic view, and you think you're so smart and better than us. But I'm seeing in the chat right now, immediately everybody's saying, actually, just like today. So this is a movie that got shit on for saying that, for being pessimistic. But where do we sit right now? After the Obama administration, the Trump Biden shit, and we're in a recession, people are fucking each other, inflation, all this shit. Looking back on this movie now, everyone's like, oh shit, the movie's right. So this is one of those rare Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman movies that stood the test of time. Yeah. And as a time capsule is way better to watch now than when it came out.
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, man, it's a mob movie. But that's how I felt. That's how I feel. But yeah, all the other shit going on in the background, it was just part of the times, man. I get excited talking about my foods. It's just a movie. But anyway, here's the thing. I thought the movie was solid. I did think it was. I can't believe because I love mob movies. I do like mafioso type of movies, and I really never thought in my mind, I don't know why, Brad Pitt would ever be like an enforcer for the mob. He's just too good looking. He looks like his name would be Bedroom Eyes McGee. Like if he would, like no one would ever he looks like he would run like some kind of like upscale business for the mob, but not actually get his hands dirty because he's too good looking. But anyway, maybe that's what makes him disarming. By the way, the other guy in the movie, the Dylan guy that works with Brad Pitt, or doesn't work with him, but it's also like the hitman for the mob. Dude, for some reason, when I saw that guy, I know it wasn't him. I thought it was Harvey Keitel. I don't know why, because I was like, oh, it was Harvey. Harvey Keitel would have actually made a really good Dylan.
He would have been, but that is I don't connect.
Yeah, I don't know why it would maybe, but anyway, yeah. Overall, the movie's like it's a basic mob movie. It's great, not great. It's okay. I liked it. The problem I didn't like about it, and I was telling that earlier, while Ray Liotta is awesome in this, he's awesome in every movie just about. I didn't like his character the way that they handled it. I felt like he was in it for like face value, like a name value. You know, like they threw Ray Liotta in the movie to give it a little bit more weight because Ray Liotta is in a mob movie. You know what I mean? Because not that his character was a pussy. Robert De Niro's character, Casino, I didn't like that character. I mean, that character's great, but but I didn't like
a great comparison.
Yeah, I just didn't like the way that I know the character's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was shitty because of that. I'm just saying like that pussy thing. I didn't like it, and I was like, there's no way De Niro would be a pushover to Pesci. But I mean, those were the characters they were playing. But I didn't like the way they handled Liotta's character in this. I felt like it was for name value alone, and also even Gandolfini. James Gandolfini, literally, you were like, oh man, it's gonna be fucking badass, dude. All he does is bitch and cry about a fucking hooker in Florida the whole goddamn time. And I'm like, when are we gonna see some badass Gandolfini Soprano shit? I want to see it. I want to have him and Brad Pitt go into get into some like mix-ups. No, he's gonna sit there and get drunk in the fucking hotel talking about, man, there's a piece of ass in Florida. I'm like, come the fuck on, guys. But, like, you could have wrote something better for Gandolfini.
Well, honest to God, though, like, I know that, like, watching it, like, I get exactly what you're saying. Like, when you look at Liotta and Gandolfini in a mob movie, you want them to be, like, main characters or whatever, and they weakened them. Like, and I think it was on purpose. They took these mainstays of, like, badass fucking mafioso people, and they showed how flawed they were.
No, like, not because they showed them flawed. It's just because I feel like they wrote, like see-through parts. Like, they were, like, those parts were, like, They wrote like a quick little part for him to be in the movie. Like they weren't even necessary to be in the movie.
So as far as Ray Liotta goes, he fucked up. But when they come to squeeze him and they come to beat him up and to see if he's the one behind this ripoff or whatever, he starts crying and he starts throwing up, and they really wimped out like the Ray Liotta character. So that was hard to watch.
That's how I would be in real life if someone ever confronted me. I don't like confrontation. I would just act like that before they even hit me.
But and everything you said is true. But like the funny thing about Gandolfini is when he walks in there and like, dude, he's so human. Like that's the thing I liked about Gandolfini. It was hard to watch Gandolfini be, and he did that in The Sopranos a lot too. But here he was clearly fucking flawed. Like he sits down and he's fucking chugging drinks, and even Brad Pitt's like, "Hey, take it easy, come on, man. Like really, you're gonna?" And he's like, "Hang on a second." He's like, "Oh fuck," and like he's going crazy, but. I found it kind of endearing because like these characters were so fucking flawed, dude. And like you're watching this guy and he's sitting there and he's fucking shit faced at 2 p.m. He's complaining about the same girl that cheated on him and he's broken down. And he's like, I don't know why I care. I don't know why I give a fuck. And Brad Pitt's just sitting there like, yeah, well, me either. You know,
he was having, I mean, he could have been having a crisis of faith. I'm fine with that, but just show him being a badass for 2 seconds. Like, you don't have to have him sit there talking and whining into his fucking wine glass the entire goddamn time he's on screen. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, look at the guys from Pulp Fiction. They had crisis of faith and shit, but they were still doing badass things while they were having like existential conversations.
Right.
And I'm fine with, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he was walking down the street. He's like, hey, Gandolfini, be in this movie real quick. And he's like, all right, I'll come over there. But I owe you a favor. And then they just wrote a quick part for him. I'm not like, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like I wish they had that character had been expanded on. Now the movie's only coming in an hour and 37 minutes, like it is,
which I appreciate,
which is fine. Which is probably why they didn't have time to expand on these characters very much. I don't think Ray Liotta really wanted to do like much with the movie. He probably was doing it. It's like, you know, I'll do it. I'll make a check for it. I don't care that much. I'm not the main guy in it, you know. And the same thing with Gandolfini. Now, Ben Mendelsohn was also a weird one too. Like, he was in it and then he wasn't in it. Like, I mean, they had him in it for a little bit and then he just disappears. They like wrote him out real quick. He gets arrested by the cops for the smack that he bought. There's not really any, like hardcore like showdown with him and the other and Brad Pitt or whatever. Brad Pitt's awesome in this, by the way. There's something about this movie that it's a good movie and Brad Pitt's great as the main guy. Well, he's not really. I guess he is technically the main guy in it, but I feel like it's like oh God, this movie would benefit so amazingly. And I mean, again, it's good the way it is. I would give this movie like an 8, but it could be a 10 if Quentin Tarantino was writing it. I don't know why. It just feels like if Tarantino was like on this with Brad Pitt in the lead, even with the same guys they had in the movie, I think they would have just been like a 10. I don't know. There was just something missing about it. There's something a little bit off.
Weirdly, it kind of felt to me like Tarantino wrote it though. Like, it's directed by Andrew Dominik.
The way it looked.
It's directed by the guy who made the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, which is also another great fucking movie. That is just, but it's not a movie that aims to please mass audiences, right? Yeah. It's like, it's long, it's strange, it's weird. Everything you think is going to happen doesn't happen. We need more movies like that. But like you say, I get exactly what you're saying. When you see Gandolfini and you see him literally being Tony Soprano, but he's kind of like a broken, sad, heartbroken version of Tony.
Yeah, but he's like Tony Soprano without his fucking gabagoose. He got no goddamn balls.
Right, but like when you watch him talk, like the soliloquies that he goes through about like his wife, that's like, well, she took out the papers and I wasn't gonna fucking, you know. Yeah. I found that shit fucking fascinating. The biggest problem with this movie, and by the way, I give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's almost a fucking all-timer. Like, it's almost there. Like, is that it gets a little too. I actually like what it said about pessimism and about the economy, and the whole movie ending with like Brad Pitt being like, "No, America's not a country; it's a fucking business. Now, that's fucking pay me." Like, dude, that was so good.
Dude, the line that when he was saying about I'm gonna fucking repeat that line, dude. When he was like, he's like, yeah, Thomas Jefferson was a fucking wine snob, and he said some words, and he got everybody to go die for it, and like roused the rabble, and then he sat at home sipping his wine and fucking his slave girl. I was like, God damn, son,
motherfucker, speaking truth.
Speaking truth.
And that's the thing. Like, I think that the movie didn't concentrate enough on its own story because, like, things, and that's the thing with the movie. Things unfold. It's a mob story. Things unfold. People die. People get hit. Brad Pitt's the hitman. Bad shit happens. And then the movie itself just kind of happens, and it's just a bunch of mob shit that happens, and you watch it. It doesn't really have a lot of great dynamics to how it plays out. They're more concerned with taking the mob mentality and telling you this is exactly how America works. Like when he's talking to Richard Jenkins in the car, and he's like, "What's this country going to?" He's like, "You don't even understand." He was like, just to put out a simple hit, I've got to go through 10 people.
Yeah, he said there's no more decision makers. It's all committee.
Yeah, nobody knows who's running anything. Everything's fucked. And then meanwhile, even hitmen are dealing with the recession. He's like, no, you used to pay me 15. Now we pay 10 because it's hard times. And seeing like the reflection of the world's economy also happening to a bunch of mobsters, I think is fucking fascinating. And the movie's also willing to get down in the dirt and being gross and showing how these pieces of shit, like Ben Mendelsohn's character, when he was like, I mean, she's not somebody I would write, but I'll fucking, you're like, God damn, that's gross.
Yeah, he must be related to Rob Zombie.
Right. But the movie has balls to do. The movie has balls endlessly. Yeah. It's like that movie Dragged Across Concrete with Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn. This movie has endless fucking balls. And it's a really great mob movie. It's a little more concerned with politics and shit than the mob story, which I think is the only reason it's not a 10. It's more of a 9 because it's more concerned with the politics than it is the mob movie. But dude, I've watched this movie probably 5 times now. And I just find it a movie every time I turn it on, it's insanely fucking watchable. Like,
yeah, it's a good watchable. I think that's it's extremely watchable movies. If you like stuff like Casino or Goodfellas or any mob related, Donnie Darko, you like movies like that, you'll like this movie. You most likely will like this movie. But here's the thing: I never got the politics thing in it. Maybe I was just watching it without even giving a fuck about Obama speaking or George Bush. Really, the only thing I was like, what fucking time frame are we in? What city are we in? And then I was like, it must be like late 2007 or early 2008. And then I looked it up. Apparently, it's in New Orleans, which I didn't even see New Orleans architecture, so that's weird.
I didn't get New Orleans.
Yeah, it said it was New Orleans, but I didn't get into politics stuff. I just felt like it was background stuff, but I wasn't looking too deep into it because I was like, it's an all right watchable movie, and I was like, it's not bad, and it's fine, and I would watch it again 100%. The biggest takeaway thing for me is why it's like that Brad Pitt was actually fucking convincing. Well, I mean, he's a great actor no matter what, but he was a great Hitman. I wish he was in it more. Like that one guy that knocks off the fucking card game, the little skinny dude, like that guy's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like he looks like he'd be in like
Scoot McNairy.
Yeah, like he looks like he'd be in like what's that movie called? With like hanging out with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and how about Dim Apples sequel?
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, he looks like one of their friends that hangs out with him in Good Will Hunting. That just like nobody gives a fuck about. Like, yeah. I don't know, like even his dialogue kind of sounded like it was wrote by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
I love Scoot McNairy in this movie because for one, I'm a huge fan of fucking *Halt and Catch Fire*. I think it was amazing, that show, but he was also great in *Batman vs Superman*. But he's great as playing these kind of piss on fucking really.
Maybe that's what it was. Well, dude, he had like beta shit. Like even when Brad Pitt bitches him out at the bar, I was like, dude, like if you were in prison, you'd already be spreading your ass and ready for that big dick. Because like it was just so quick, like it was just so like quick, and he's like, and he's fucking stop smacking it.
But Brad Pitt was really
that's what I'm saying. It was a great scene, but maybe that's why I just didn't. Maybe the guy did such a good job, like the weakling. That's why I didn't like him. I despise weakness.
But dude, Brad Pitt was.
I'm kidding, but no, but either way, he is a little annoying though. But otherwise, yeah, it was great, and I again, none of these fucking problems would happen if we had just spent a little bit extra money, right? And got Bret the Hitman Hart to come in and take care of all of it. He's got the heart connection. But at the end of the day, it's an 8. I would push it to an 8.5. I don't do the Gandolfini thing and the Liotta thing. I know what their characters, how they were written. I just feel like they were just slapped together and there wasn't a lot of thought put into those characters.
And I'd be willing to bet you, dude, that the only reason they got Gandolfini or Liotta to sign on to this as like actors is because they got to do something a little different. Like Ray Liotta got to kind of play a bitch in a way, and Gandolfini got to also play a super wounded person. That was kind of he did that with the Sopranos too.
And then also what really annoyed me was that part where I can't say his fucking name, when Mendelsohn's character, when he's getting high on smack when the heroin, I was like, cut the artsy fartsy shit out and let him fucking talk. Like this was like zoom in on the fucking I was like I get it, you're trying to go for like an academy or something, but like fucking 2 minutes tops. Like somebody should have taken the fucking special effects wand away from that guy, because the zooming in on that dirty ass fucking mouth and then hearing that it got annoying as fuck, dude. I was pissed about it. Like I was like, you can cut that shit out.
Dude, I'll say the final thing I'll say about it is that you're right. Brad Pitt was fucking badass, and it's easy for Brad Pitt to be badass, but he was so fucking good in this movie. Gandolfini, I loved his character, like I really did. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, but I want to see Gandolfini do some shit. I want to see him do a hit. And when they kept going through this like complaining thing, but I think when you rewatch it and you know that's gonna happen, you can appreciate his performance a lot fucking more. But I love how they took the mob mentality and they basically told the story of the American economy with that. Just like Oh fuck, what was the movie? With Christian Bale and Steve Carell was in it. The Big Short. It was kind of like the mob version of The Big Short. I love how they really put the American government on trial with this, with the economy and with the fucking the recession and they told that story through a mob lens. I think that idea is genius, and everyone fucking hated it. Again, critics and the world hated it when it came out because people. Well, the movie was shitting on at the time, and at the very end of the movie, right when they're having that conversation. And he's like, now fucking pay me.
Yeah.
Obama was being inducted as the president. Yeah. And Obama was saying, yes, we can, and all this shit. And the movie was basically being a pessimist, saying, this is just another guy, just like all the guys before him. Nothing's going to change. Yeah. We're all going to end up fucked, and we're all on our fucking own, just like you would be in the mob. And everyone hated that idea when the movie came out because we were in this big hopeful idea. But now watching this movie in 2024, when everything is fucked and the economy is fucked and inflation is fucked and buying a house is fucking ridiculous, watching this movie today makes it so much better because you're like, no, you were fucking right. You were right to be pessimistic. Yeah. Everything is fucked regardless who's in office because they're all pieces of fucking shit.
You know,
so I love it, man.
Being a hitman's a hard work. You know, it's hard work, man.
It's tough.
Sometimes you got to pay the bills. Sometimes you got to kill people to pay the bills, and it is what it be. But I've heard shit like that before. That's why I didn't look at the politics. I was like, people will fucking look for anything anymore to fucking get mad about. I swear to Christ, and it does show even in 2012. But I didn't see it. I didn't even fucking pay attention to it because I was like, he's just speaking fucking truth. You're on your own. You got to fucking pick yourself up by the bootstraps, motherfucker, and get it. I get excited talking about my foods. But that's what I saw. But at the end of the day, Chris, what a great fucking pick, dude. Thank you. I've never seen this movie, and I probably never would have watched it without your request. So thank you, dude.
Yeah, I'm happy as shit to rewatch this movie again. I'm glad that Jay watched it too. And all that being said,
now I gotta watch Romancing the Stone.
Romancing the Stone. All that being said, if you're a fan of mob films, regardless of whether you want to watch a political thing or like whatever, if you're a fan of mob films, it's a must watch. It's got hits, it's got the mob mentality, it's got all that shit that the great Scorsese films had. It's a must fucking watch if you're a mob fan. I think it stands the test of time so much more than when it came out. It's a 9 out of 10 for me.
Sure. Without your ass going numb watching it. It's not a 4-hour fucking movie. Like Scorsese films, while you love them, they're long as shit, and your asshole usually goes numb by sitting down and watching it for so long. The Irishman was good, but it was long as fuck.
Yeah. Thank God that wasn't in theaters. Thank God The Irishman was not in theaters. No way. 100%.
But then again, I did watch Lord of the Rings, Return of the King in the theater with no bathroom break. Ladies and gentlemen, I had no dick left, but I did go to the bathroom once.
I got
3.5 hours long.
Dick. I got no dick.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to crack open a Miller Lite.
Have yourself a PP. Have yourself a PP and a Miller Lite. You've earned it, sir. Get it in. Take it down, big man. Take it down.
I've been trying to do this thing where I've been like waiting toward the end because I don't want to like get too drunk. And basically it's like Raw when Raw was getting ready to go off and Stone Cold would come out and crack 2 beers, then he would drink them. I just wait.
I start an hour beforehand. It's not a problem. It's no big deal. You live your life, you know.
Well, but this shit's fucking.
Oh, yeah, it's it. Sorry.
I swear to never mind. I was gonna say it tastes better than Michelob Ultra. It doesn't. It doesn't smell. I mean, Michelob Ultra smells way better than Miller Lite.
Hey, as long as it's not giving you bad hangovers, you're all good. I've got to get myself a drink in a moment, but first, let's read Zachary Hogan says planning on sending dick pics to the P.O. box.
What the fuck?
Seriously though, I got to know y'all's favorite superhero first. Had some guesses, but I didn't want to send it out and be wrong, and get my ass beat.
You show.
We will fuck you.
You don't fuck around with superheroes on this block, bitch. You better
come to your home
prepared.
And suck
come respect it.
Shit out of pickle. Who's your favorite superhero?
I don't know.
That's tough, dude. My mind goes Wolverine. It goes Batman. It goes Superman. It goes.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I would say when I was a kid, like when I was collecting and reading comic books back in the day, it would be Captain America. I always loved that. I always loved the character.
Yeah, you did. You fucking fresh-faced fucking dick.
Listen, America first. You're last. Get out of here. No, it was Captain America, and then I collected Spider-Man comic books. Of course you did, but it was right now like my favorite superhero. I mean, Magneto because he's got it right. Fuck those assholes. No, I don't know. Deadpool prop maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like, when you get older, it's more edgy shit.
Change your choice because that's my choice. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Deadpool. God damn it, Jay.
Okay, fine. It's Dazzler from X-Men. It's Dazzler.
I heard that's gonna be played by Taylor Swift, possibly.
Yeah, that makes sense because she doesn't have to do anything except sing her shitty songs.
No, in my adult age, like growing up, it was a twist between Batman, probably Wolverine and Batman. There's a lot of stuff I really have grown to love about Superman. Like Superman doesn't get credit for all the shit.
He's a good character.
When you look at Doomsday and stuff like that. But no, my actual answer is 100% Deadpool. I've gone back and I've read like all the omnibuses and shit about Deadpool, and like not just Ryan Reynolds on the screen, but also from the comic books. He's so fucked up and twisted, man. Like there's almost nobody more interesting and also funny. Deadpool's my guy now.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, I wouldn't like in the X-Men. My favorite's Cyclops. It's always been Cyclops. I love fucking Cyclops. Because I mean, he's an asshole, but he gets things done.
Wanna be Leonardo, motherfucker?
Stay away from my woman, you sharp clawed bitch! You fucking walking, talking STD. So pass through.
Pass through.
I will. Yeah, it's definitely cycle, but yeah, I don't know, man. Everyone's gonna, Batman's gonna be. Well, what's your all's choices in the comments below? You guys tell us in the comments. Like, I bet you $1 million it's gonna be Batman. It'd probably be
There's
Batman.
an Iron Man in there. That's fair. There's a Punisher. Punisher's a good one.
Punisher's a good one.
Spider-Man is one. Lobo. Someone said Lobo. You're lying.
Yeah, Lobo's not bad. Well, Lobo is DC's version of Wolverine. Is essentially what Lobo is. But here's the thing: I guarantee. Like, what do you guys think is more popular? Who do you think is the more popular character, just out of these two, Superman or Batman? Who do you think wins? Like, as far as popularity,
popularity is Superman. I mean, Batman. Yeah,
Batman. I think it's Batman 100%. But there's a lot. Dude, even fucking Shaq loves Superman. He's got a tattoo of Superman on the logo. I don't know. Superman, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's decades where Superman has been like skyrocketed in popularity over Batman.
Colton and Stevens say Daredevil. That's an interesting one for sure. Michael Parton's is Captain America. A lot of Batmans. A lot of Spider-Man.
I would say Batman. I think Batman's going to win it overall. If there was a poll, I think Batman wins.
Yeah. Batman would definitely be the most popular of all time. Ryan Tuvell says Nightwing. So a lot of similarities.
You like Dick?
Hey, I got PP2. I'll be right back.
All right, where are we at?
We are at motherfucking Daniel Hammond. And we hope you're having a great day too, buddy.
What's the time stamps?
It is at 9:30, and he's been watching our channel for years, and we very much so appreciate that, my good man.
Hey, thank you, man.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us always, and I hope you have a great fucking day too, buddy.
Thank you, Daniel.
But that's at 9:30.
Nice to see your fucking face.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, you know he's not gonna be back. He's gonna be dead.
Yes, fucking mouth. He's coming back.
He's gonna be dead. God damn it!
Shut up!
I'm not gonna lie. That fucking scared me a little bit. That fucking scared me. Shits. Okay. What the fuck? Hold on. My brain is fucking massive. Okay, here we go. Gary B, thank you, dude. Says Mike and Jay, would you review Cape Fear from the 90-year-old? Yeah, we will. I mean, if it's in the, like Mike mentioned earlier, we have a Patreon tier where people can request movies if they want us to review or do commentary on. And for sure, if it's on there, I'll do it for sure. No problems. We talk about. I think were you the one that asked last stream about Cape Fear? Because I think you were, because I talked about the cool box art cover, the Cape Fear. But yeah, Don Ron Gemini says I want remakes of lesser known movies like Hell Knight and Sam Raimi's The Intruder. Jay, are you reading the new King book? Cujo sequel is in it. Let me say about your comment there first. You're right. The remakes of lesser known movies would be 100% the route they should take, because that would give them access to a wider audience. Maybe an audience that didn't really get to see those films because they were like they didn't have the budget to showcase it to a lot of people, and it was underground. So that's exactly what should happen if they're going to remake any kinds of movies. I agree with that 100%. Don Ron Gemini. And then the new King book. I'm not like. Here's the thing about King. I love Stephen King. I think Stephen King is one of the most illustrious writers, authors of our generation. I used to own all the Stephen King books, and it makes my heart quake in fear and anger. Not fear, just anger. When that fucking ex-psychopathic bitch sold all my books when we divorced. So I don't even fuck with Stephen King books anymore. I just don't, because I want to go collect them all. I want to get them back again. I just don't do it. But yeah, I probably won't read it. But it's cool that I'm glad he's still writing. But thank you, Don. Darth Denora. I don't. What the fuck is that? Darth Demiar 808. Darth says, "Did you guys see the Wolves trailer with George Clooney and Brad Pitt as cleaners?" I literally do. It's weird. About 20 minutes before we started the live stream, I just watched it, and everybody was like, "You couldn't pay me to see this movie." In the comments, it's like, "Good thing no one's paying you." Ha. People were fighting and stuff. I don't know. It looks all right. I just hate, what is it, on Apple TV or some shit like that? Stupid, dumb. I don't like that at all. I mean, and there's a goofiness to it that I don't like. I feel like it's a little bit forced comedy that just doesn't work. But otherwise, the story itself seems decent. Like two cleaners, George Clooney and Brad Pitt showing up at the same job site, and then they have to work together. It's kind of stupid, but it's not bad. But I'm not gonna watch. I think it's Apple. I'm not ordering Apple to fucking watch it. But thank you, Ben. Robin Barker says, "Idea, new Scream." Oh fuck. I'm kidding, man. I'm just not listening. Scream 1 and 2 is where I cut it off, but I'll hear you out, and then I'll pass along the mic. Idea, new Scream trilogy goes how David Gordon Green originally wanted his Halloween trilogy. All three films take place on the same day or a few days. At the end of the third film, Ghostface is revealed. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. We can work with that, Robin. That's fine. Would it work? We don't know. But isn't Scream... But I don't know, because Scream, the idea of Scream and Ghostface it takes place over several days, though, right? So it builds up the fear, and everyone starts talking about it, because really, essentially, Ghostface, the people that they're obsessed with attention too, right? They want attention, so it's not like they would kill everybody in one night, and they would want to have it lengthened out, so more coverage on it. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents, but I'll pass that along. Good stuff, Robin. Eric Hess, thank you so much. Says, sup, dog. Mary F. Kill. You can say fuck around here. It's fine. Mike J. Me. I would marry Jay, kill Mike, and fuck myself. Good night. And I like what you've done there, sir. Everyone give Eric Hess a round of applause. That was amazing. Good for you. I like to see it. I like the way it works, and I like the way you taste. Thank you, Eric, for coming on in. Appreciate you. Jay, this LA, Brad Pitt is overrated. He's great at nothing except looking sexy as fuck. But you're right. No, I think he's great, dude. I used to feel like you. I used to think that Brad Pitt was overrated. I thought he was like, a mamby-pamby, saucy boy. But no, he's... Dude, I don't know what movie was it that changed my mind about him. Probably 7. It was probably 7. But then after that, it was, obviously he was amazing in Inglourious Bastards and anything with Tarantino who's been... So, yeah, I think he's a great actor, though, man, in my opinion. But thank you, dude. Daniel Torres says, Little Giants or The Sandlot? Little Giants. No doubt. No doubt. I mean, you can, even when you bring out the secret weapon, the PF Flyers, it's still going to be the Little Giants, okay? Because Kevin O'Shea cannot win. But but to me, Little Giants, just because I thought the performances, I loved Ed O'Neill and Rick Moranis in the way that their rivalry as brothers went, and I like football better than baseball, so it was a no-brainer for me. But Sandlot's great. Probably, Sandlot's definitely the more successful film, no doubt. But Little Giants is great. Blake, Stu. It was just a TV. If Homer Simpson could survive it, so could Stu. Yep. Where would you most want Act 3 to take place? Auditorium, school, etc. In your butt. I added that last part. I don't know. Probably at the fucking prom when everyone's there, and then Ghostface just rappels down like goddamn McClane and just stabs everybody. And then it's revealed that Stu is really the principal and has conducted this massacre. God, welcome to Scream 8.
Shut your.
No, I would say obviously
lips.
It's going to be school.
Act 3 to take place. Yeah, I mean, probably in Cindy's and Sid's fucking living room. You know, surprise.
Way to
Sydney.
answer it.
Oh yeah. No, like Stu, like right there. Like, I really think they could pull it off. Maybe the hyperbole.
You sound like I think Santa Claus could really be real though.
I really think that if the hyperbole around the whole Stu lives come, and I'm partly to blame for that, sure, but like if it's not too obvious, like I really think they could pull it off, man.
Mike sounds like a diehard Joe Biden voter. He's like, he can just give him some time. He can pull off a fucking like speech.
He can be young again.
By the way, Robin had an idea. He said, "What you don't have to go back to it," but he just said a new Scream trilogy. What if the new Scream trilogy went like David Gordon Green originally wanted his Halloween trilogy to go? All 3 films take place on the same day or a few days. At the end of the 3rd film, Ghostface is revealed. I thought, I forgot that he said over a few days, because I was going to say the Scream franchise doesn't work within one night or a Ghostface, because the idea that the Ghostface want attention, so they want more people to be exposed to their story. So they would be over, I think it would be over several weeks that they would do this shit. They would plan and attack, and they're also not supernatural, so it's hard for them to get away with it constantly. So over one night, it wouldn't work, because it would make no sense why Ghostface would do that.
Well, the latest news is that they're gonna turn this new Sydney thing into a trilogy, right? And they're gonna do a time jump, so her kids are gonna be a little bit older. So I think the idea, in my opinion, is that the kids are gonna take the franchise further. Now, does Sydney die? Hopefully not, because that would just reduce her plight of all the movies she's been through. But I would think that the idea is that they're gonna take her kids and they're gonna be they're gonna carry the franchise forward. But like, this new thing is really rough. Like, I'll be honest with you, it's really hard because so many people expect it, and if you have to do it, I just think if someone came forth with a script where Stu was still alive and he was doing this, and the script was really fucking good, and I mean it was fucking solid as shit, not only would you be able to bring Stu back, but if you did spin-offs or if you did a TV series and whatnot, you could really go back and fill in those plot holes with maybe a younger Stu. It's hard. It's fucking hard. I get that it's hard. Yeah. I'm hard thinking about it, but
by the way, this has nothing to do with your question, Robin. I just saw this. Take it or leave it. Which says if Gandolfini were written as badass, that would have betrayed a massive part of the whole story. Jay, lol. I'm not saying he was supposed to be badass. I'm saying I wanted to see him do one badass thing. God, do I have to spell it out? One badass thing, because they were talking him and hyping him up, right? And then he shows up like your drunk fucking uncle that you haven't seen that disappoints you with no fireworks.
To be fair, you're right. I think if they showed maybe when they were talking about it, maybe when Brad Pitt was talking something. Yeah, when Brad Pitt was talking to Richard Jenkins about the guy he has in mind for the job, and they did a quick flashback and showed Gandolfini fucking someone up.
That's it.
And show how he got so fucked up.
He was apparently awesome because Brad Pitt, even in the car, was like, I needed him a few years ago, not this guy now.
Yeah, it was funny how they did that. He was like, yeah, he's been here for 3 days, and what he hasn't drank, he's fucked.
Dude, yeah, dude, I swear to God, the guy, the lawyer, what's his name? The one that was interacting with Brad Pitt in the car. What was the guy's name? The guy from Step Brothers.
Richard Jenkins.
Richard Jenkins. I love Richard Jenkins, dude. Richard Jenkins, good. Actually, if you know what, if they had if in an alternate universe, he could be the lead guy in Breaking Bad. Richard Jenkins. I feel like he's got that vibe. I don't know why. Totally see that. But
he's like, I'm going to the Cheesecake Factory.
No, he's like, you're like, what are the Step Brothers? He's like, what did you say to me? He's like, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. But no, shit, I forgot I was gonna say Richard Jenkins.
She was like, what if she comes in and she's had the old bull and she wants the new bull? And he's like, God damn it!
He's like, would you shut the fuck up? Yeah. No, that's what I was gonna say. Richard Jenkins, the entire movie just felt like the guy that is responsible for telling everyone they have to leave the party, but they don't like confrontation and they don't know how they're going to tell everyone to leave. Like if you have a couple of friends that overstayed their welcome, but you don't know how to tell them, like, I need to go to fucking bed, or I really don't even want to go to bed. I just want you out of my house.
Yeah, he's like,
because he's like, can you get rid of him? And he's like, and then he's like, can you please? Because I don't want to go and talk to him.
Yeah. And by the way, if you guys haven't seen Killing Them Softly and you want to watch it, it's on HBO Max right now, so it's on there. And we both agree that you guys should watch it for sure. Says, speaking of, you see the video of Robert De Niro jogging with Trump supporters at a rally, then someone called him washed up. That really triggered him.
I did. I was like, there's some people that just need to shut the fuck up. I don't know who told him to go out there and do that, but that guy got fired. They're like, you should go out there and speak at that rally. It's like, that's fucking dumb. Just let it go. Let it be, Robert.
De Niro reminds me so much of my dad because he's older and he gets so triggered by the Trump stuff. Like he gets really fucking deeply upset. And I understand where he's coming, and I understand where De Niro's coming from too. He's like, when he says, like, when that guy gets in office, he's not gonna fucking leave. Like if you thought the insurrection was bad enough, he's gonna do that all over again. I mean, he's not 100% fucking wrong. Like it could be bad. I don't know.
Robert De Niro's a pretty bad shit, crazy fucker. I just wish he'd just shut his mouth and act. Just shut your mouth and dance, monkey. Shut the fuck up. When I want your opinion, I'll smack it out of your mouth.
He's still a great actor, though. I do love that those Trump supporters are out there like, "Oh, their movies suck. Everybody hates."
I like that, but I like that he got mad when they called him washed up. It set him off. That's so dumb, dude. Go count your billions of dollars.
It's a wild fucking time, man. Gary B says, "I was Jay. I'm also in a top tier of Wham."
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's referring to.
He was talking about Cape Fear.
Cape Fear. Oh yeah. Well, if that's your choice, no. I literally, it's on the list.
Yeah, he asked. I think Gary asked last stream. I didn't know. Sorry, Gary. He said, "Can we review Cape Fear?" And I was like, that's a Patreon program if it's on there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, Gary, we got you on the list for the review. The thing I'm torn about is, do we want to do a live stream where maybe we do like our top 10 stalker movies of all time and also review Cape Fear, or do I want to wait until me and Jay are in the same room and we can do a full-on review of Cape Fear? Because it's one of my fucking favorite De Niro movies.
It's a great movie. It's been a while since I've seen it too.
It's absolutely getting done, Gary. Though.
And by the way, I didn't mean like, oh, I don't know everyone. Like, it's hard. There's a lot of people that we interact with, so I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to like be a dickhead and be like, "Oh, you gotta join the Petrol, ha ha, you loser."
It's on there. It's on list. It's gonna get done because fucking love that movie, dude. Love that movie and love you, Gary. Edgy Yan says, "Name your top 3 most depressing / sad movies ever." This is a good one, dude. Adrian says, "Name your top 3 most depressing, sad movies ever." His are The Elephant Man, The Mist, and Leaving Las Vegas. Nick Cage's best role, Scary Alcoholic. Dude, you're absolutely right. That fucking, he's like, "I want to find a girl. I want to pour whiskey on my chest." And then you taste the whiskey. And he's like talking. Leaving Las Vegas is sad as shit, man. It's so depressing.
Do I amuse you? I'm a human being. That Elephant Man is fucking sad, dude. And I'm not even talking about in the Anchorman 2 that made fun of it. Remember when he was like in the fucking, when he's drunk and he didn't want to go back to work? It's like, no, I knew how those villagers of Pompeii felt like. Instead of hot lava raining down, it'd be hot, frothy cum. Top 3 saddest movies of all time.
It's tough.
It would be, well, one of them, I would say, I'm actually shocked that you weren't going to put Interstellar, because Interstellar's fucking sad.
It is sad as shit.
I would put Green Mile. The Green Mile is one of the saddest movies of all time I've ever watched in my life, for show. Someone's going to disagree with this, but I feel like it's like the ending is so fucked. And I know, because he winds up alone anyway. Forrest Gump is fucking sad, dude. Like I know, like, you know, like he still got his little boy, and he's you know, he's alive, but he's alone. Jenny fucking used him and then left him because she's got a dirty vagina and it got sick. But it's sad. So Green Mile, Forrest Gump, and then I'm trying to think of movies that just instantly make me fucking squirt a tear from my butt in my eyes, and it would probably be. You know what? And I know there's a million other ones, but
Dick.
It's gonna be yeah, dude. That'll do it. Schindler's List. That like I could go to that scene when he's like, I could get one more. What about the string? That's one. That's 2 right there. Maybe 1. It fucking like dude. That will do it. But it's sad. Like makes me instantly cry. It's Homeward Bound when they all come back. It's not a sad movie, but when they're all like coming over the hill.
The Homeward Bound's fucking great for that. It's tough. That's stuff. I'm probably if I could have time to sit and look through the whole world of movies, I would probably come up with a different answer. But I'm gonna go with Southpaw. Because Southpaw is not just sad on the fact that his wife dies, and she's like, I want to go home. And, like, she's fucking awful. And then what he goes through afterwards when he's like screaming into a pillow and shit. Like, I've been that fucking sad before when I've just been screaming into a fucking pillow so nobody can hear. Like that shit's fucking heartbreaking. And then when he's in the courtroom and he's trying to get to his daughter, and that's fucking awful. So Southpaw is definitely up there for me. Iron Claw is 100%.
I almost said Iron Claw. Yeah.
It's nonstop fucking sadness. And then even the final line of the movie just breaks you. If you held your shit together, the last line of the movie just makes me fall into a puddle of tears. So I'll go Iron Claw. And then finally, you're right about The Mist. The Mist is very sad in that last scene. So that's a good one too. Another movie that's amazingly sad in its last scene is SLC Punk. I wasn't ready. Like, fuck me. That kills me, dude. So I'll go SLC Punk for the other one, but I'm
was
sure
he talking about the guy dying, or was he talking about his character being killed off in Scream? I don't know which one he's talking about.
Lips, I swear to God.
Which one are you talking about, Matt?
I'll smack your mouth, whore.
What are you talking about, Matt?
Yeah,
no, but
yeah,
SLC Punk is actually
SLC
very
Punk.
underrated. But you know what? To be honest, and to be fair, whenever it's brought up to Matthew Lillard at conventions when he's speaking, he's always like ready to talk about it. So he loves that movie. Like he knows how important it was to a lot of people.
Some great references from the chat, by the way. Logan, very sad. JT Customs, very fucked
shit.
up.
That was a good one.
Mr. Jackson said Click with Adam Sandler.
Click's really good, yeah. Well, no, it's not. Well, Click's got a good ending though. Like because remember he reverses time.
Yeah. Well, Clinton says My Girl fucked me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a really good one.
Oh man, what about Mickey Rourke's The Wrestler? Like, because
Azteca just said it, the wrestler. Yeah, that's a fucking.
I mean, he just fucking dies. Like he's like, I'm gonna do the Ram one more time, and my heart's gonna explode.
Those are some fucking great choices, you guys. There's a lot of really fucking sad movies, and I know deep down in my cockles, I know I'm missing a movie like one of those ones you always go to be sad, and I just can't think of it. It's gonna drive me crazy. But while Willie says, Michael J, what's a favorite conversation scene from a movie you love? Mine is the scene in True Romance between Dennis Hopper and Chris Walken. Fuck yeah, Eggplant. That's fucking great, dude. That's a great choice. Wow. I immediately go to Heat, the cafe scene between Robert De Niro and
Trump and Biden.
That's a great one.
Pino's obviously a Trump guy. No, I don't know.
Butterfly Effect status fuck too. That's a great one, Janae.
That might be top tier depressing because there's no happy ending. Even on the bonus features, I think the special features is even worse because he goes back and chokes himself with the umbilical cord. Like he's like, God damn. I was like, there's not even a silver lining except that his friends got to live a happy life because he never existed.
And again, the movie The Sun with Hugh Jackman will fucking ruin your goddamn day. Don't watch it, trust me. But yeah.
My favorite conversation between two characters. There's one, dude. I swear, I don't know what the movie's called, and I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I always thought it was like a super compelling. It was like one of them was the angel and the other was the devil. It was like in a hotel. One of them was getting ready to kill themselves or something, and then the guy shows up.
You talking about Sunshine Express with Tommy Lee Jones and Samuel L. Jackson?
That's it.
That's a great one.
They were just sitting there. Really they were having that conversation in the room.
Yeah, that's a fucking great one.
Like I like that shit because it went all through philosophical conversations and shit like that, and you don't really know who they are. Like, is this God and an angel talk or God and the devil? You don't know, but it's fucking awesome.
That's an awesome fucking movie. Also, the conversation in X-Men: Days of Future Past
between Charles and Charles.
Yeah, that was.
They just want to know who's in charge. Who's in charge?
What are you, Charles?
Which one, Charles?
You?
There's
shit up.
You know, then obviously people are gonna. I don't know. I'm sure Pulp Fiction's gonna come up.
Ooh, I got a fucking great one, dude. This is underrated as shit. Mel Gibson and Danny Glover in the original Lethal Weapon when they're in the side shop after Mel Gibson jumps off the thing with the guy and Danny Glover confronts him. He's like, "Oh, you're really suicidal?" He was like, "You're not really suicidal." He's like, "You're just trying to catch a pension or whatever." Yeah. And then Mel Gibson takes his gun and puts it to his throat, and he's like, "Go ahead, pull the trigger."
That's a good one.
Mel Gibson actually pulls the trigger, and the only thing that stops him from blowing his head off is his thumb. And he's looking at him, and he goes, "I'm hungry. Let's go get something to eat." Fuck, that was a great one.
Well, now that you mentioned like intensity, and this is a newer one, so people might be like, Warrior on the beach between the two brothers.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Were you in the cold? Then you ain't no brother of mine. You in the cold? And he goes, "Look, Tommy, look at this. Here's Rosie," and he's like, "Why are you showing me pictures of people I don't know?" Well, God, you don't know them. Of course you don't know them.
Going back to the sad conversation, Azteca's got to go in Manchester by the Sea.
That instantly does you in.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the ending. It's the whole fucking movie when it comes to
was at the beginning where when he's in the police station, he tries to shoot himself.
Yeah, that was fucking
fucked up. And then when he has that conversation, that seemed like a real fucking conversation. He has that with that girl. He's like, "You can't just die." He's like, "I really appreciate what you're trying to do. I gotta go. I was like, first you to swallow that glob of spit in your mouth because he kept on like he had like a bunch of spit in his mouth. Just fucking swallow that, Casey. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
Fucking rough. All right. Oh, Wild Willie, you're right. $1 Million Baby is a great choice, dude. $1 Million Baby is really sad as well, especially when the family comes back and they don't give a fuck that she's going through what she's going through, and they're all just worried about Disneyland. Like, fuck, I can sympathize with that. Jesus Christ, when it comes to family, like that was fucking rough to watch for sure. That was a hard one. The Hope Floats, I don't remember Hope Floats Pocketeer. I don't remember that one that much at all. But yeah, dude, there's a lot of fucking great choices for sure. Stephen Bias says, "Oh, I'll wait till Jay's back to read that one, man." New York's Boogeyman says, "What up, fellas? To my wife, fellas, I'm losing the ability to speak. Can my wife Jennifer get a birthday shout out for Mark Wahlberg and Loomis? Someone's turning 40. I'll wait for that one for Jay as well. We'll do that one together." Mike Parton said Salem's Lot is going to be streaming on Max, but it's getting a theatrical release in the UK. I wish I can get my passport and travel to London. Yeah, I don't have a passport either, man. I'm not very interested in taking a flight that fucking long. The only place I would go in the whole, we were talking about this the other day. The only place I would go to get a passport for, take a travel that long, is Hawaii. For some reason, I've always felt this strange connection to Hawaii. Like I really want to fucking go there. But other than that, nah. But yeah, like if the movie's, especially not for something like that, if the movie's not good enough for them to be like, we're going to put it in theaters, I'm definitely not going to travel to fucking London. You sound like you're from London, and deal with all the rain and butter teeth that comes with that. No offense to anybody that lives in London. I love you. Leave the machine. Thanks, buddy. He says, I'll wait on that one as well, my friend. I got a couple to catch up on there. DJ Graham, have you seen Matthew Lillard in Animal Room from 1995? I haven't. I just want to know what I'm in for because it's going to deliver a performance. Dude, there's so many Matthew Lillard performances that are so fucking underrated. Specifically, Summer Catch was great as well. And we have a podcast on the Patreon talking about that movie in extension. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but and Jay's seen this movie too. Not Summer Catch, but
Extends with
Matthew Lillard, Ryan Reynolds, James Earl Jones, about a lottery ticket. What the fuck is that movie called? It's so underrated. I gotta Google it. Shit, fuck.
I don't know. I can't. I mean, not off the top of my head.
Finder's Fee.
Yeah,
dude. If you guys are looking for a movie that you've never seen before, that's going to be such a fun hour and 30, 40-minute watch, thriller, drama, Finder's Fee. Matthew Lillard, Ryan Reynolds, fucking the dude from Copland, Michael Rappaport, James Earl Jones. It feels like Sylvester Stallone should have been in that. You got to watch Finder's Fee. That is the pick of the night. If you've not seen that movie before, man, watch it. It's fucking awesome. But as far as other chats go, Lee the Machine Bauer says, as your boss, Loomis, the first thing to do is to clean up the toilets and change Michael's underwear and go plunge my toilet. It's backed up.
As a man looking at you, giving you the finger, I will say, set on this. And shit and spend, dude. I don't work for you. In your fantasy world, that's probably what you want. You have some sexual fetish. Where Dr. Loomis works for you and you get to watch him change Michael's panties. Well, not in this reality. It's not true. It's like it's like saying worms didn't eat RFK Jr.'s bread. People say it did happen. I'm going off on a tangent. I don't care. I've been drinking. Lee, get out of my fucking face.
People say.
I don't know. Is that? I heard that's true. But his brain was eating my fucking worm.
No, he said that. I think he said that himself. So Stephen Bias says, Jay, if you're a fan of Stephen King, have you read his kids' work? Joe Hill wrote Heart-Shaped Box. No, shut up, dude. That was clearly written by fucking Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. Eat a dick. And made some killer comic books.
Oh, that's cool. No, I didn't know any of that. That's cool, man.
Hey!
I don't like again, I don't want to talk about Stephen King too much because, again, I want to fucking... that's why I haven't got back into collecting the books because I got to go back and get them all. Because of fucking Skank McGarrison over there, my ex-wife that sold all my fucking books for her goddamn smack habit.
I tried to tell you when that was going on. I tried to tell you, Jay, don't fucking let her do that. Go over and take your shit back. You didn't listen to me.
If I'd walked in there, if you guys play Fallout, it would have been like walking into a radiation nuclear Fallout field without a goddamn hazmat suit on. I would have got infected by a disease.
I'd have gone with you. It would have been like that scene in the town.
I did go in there.
You know what? One of those. We're going to hurt some people. That would have been it.
I had to go and pick up some stuff from her, and her new boyfriend was there. God fucking damn it! And I went by myself. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And she had gave me my proton pack.
I agree.
And it was the most fucking like awkward. Like the new dick cheese that she was like squeezing on was like, "Who's your proton pack and your Ghostbuster stuff?" Oh, I like Ghostbusters, and I was like, "I bet you like Dick too." You.
This was the third dude down the line though. Like,
yeah, this is the third dude.
Nice.
This is the third dude, but I didn't like it anyway. I was like, "Shut the fuck up." I was like, "By the way, how's that STD treating you? Good?"
New York's Boogeyman. What's up, dude? I love his icon picture, by the way. That's awesome. What up, fellas? Can my wife Jennifer get a birthday shout out from Wahlberg and Loomis? Someone's turning 40.
Hey, happy birthday. I just turned 40 in February.
Let me tell you something. Nobody gives a fuck about how old you are. All right, you're a fucking doctor. You're an old man. You're not giving anything to society. You're sitting up there and you're taking your fucking rich shit from fucking insurance and everything you're doing. Me and the people of fucking Boston are sitting back and we're working our fucking asses off. And every time I get hurt doing a movie, I got to go to a doctor like you, Dr. Loomis. I got to go to a doctor like you. And you try to fuck me up the fucking ass. And then you know what I'm going to fucking do? I'm going to put you at fucking work at fucking Wahlburgers making fucking burgers for me. That's how it's going to fucking end, all right? I wake up at 4 a.m. and I eat fucking turkey burgers every day. But anyways, happy fucking birthday, Jennifer, or whatever the fuck. Maybe someday you can come to a fucking Marky Mark concert because I'm going on tour by myself because I don't even need the fucking New Kids on the Block. Fuck them and fuck you and fuck everybody. Happy fucking birthday, Jennifer. Happy fucking birthday. Maybe I could finger you on a roller coaster. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say.
First off,
someone's wife. I apologize.
First off, I want you to shut your goddamn mouth. Your voice was squeaking there. I think Donnie's dick is in your ass again, Mark. Second off, the only thing that you and Bostonians like to do is stop on Puerto Ricans and get away from maiming and assaulting and harassing. That's what you like to do. You don't like to face up the consequence. Well, here's one. Your goddamn career is over. Shut up. Nobody likes to talk to you. You smell like cheese. You look like shit. And I guarantee you there's a goddamn record out on you. Shut up. Goddamn, this fucking nasty thing. Walking around on the good grace of Donnie Wahlberg is beyond. He should be somebody's prison wife.
Just because my fucking brother's at the fucking Celtics game every day. I'm working on movies. I got a Priest movie coming out with fucking Mel Gibson coming out this summer. I swear to God, you better fucking see it.
The only thing you have coming out this summer is another arrest record. Shut up. Your hamburgers suck. Anyway, happy birthday, Jennifer. I hope it's a great one, but I don't know you, so I don't care. Either way, 40 years old. What an accomplishment. Next year, you'll be 41. Nobody cares.
This
Happy
fucking doctor comes in here running here like a silverback fucking gorilla. I swear to God.
Shut up. It sounds like a goddamn woman. It just won't stop. Mark Wahlberg, shut up.
Me and Harrison Buck are going to go on a fucking world tour. And we're going to do some press conferences about how women should take their fucking place.
But happy 40th. I hope you have a good 40th birthday.
I apologize about the finger on a roller coaster comment.
Yeah,
it's just what comes when I'm talking about
I saw you spit that out, and then like a professional angler that was at a bass tournament fishing, you try to fucking reel it back real quick. You're on a bass boat, you're like, whoo, I got one.
I swear to God, I'm gonna finger you on a roller coaster. Like when Bush plays, they're gonna play. I don't want to come back down from this cloud, and I'm gonna be 3 fingers deep inside of you.
Oh yeah, they did play that. I thought they played Machine Head. I don't know why.
They played that too as well in the
movie. Dude, I always thought it was like such a fucking missed opportunity that in Iron Man they never played Machine Head. Like I feel like that was like in Iron Man 2 when he was drunk and being an asshole when they were trying to get like to talk to him. They should have played Machine Head. Fuck Captain America. I'm the leader of Avengers. By the way, you know what? And they also, well, never mind. There's a lot of things that Iron Man 2 missed the mark on. That Demon in a Bottle, the comic book where Tony Stark is drunk and he's a drunk and like they missed it. They could have done so much more with that. And I think Jon Favreau wanted to do that, but they the interference of Disney where they were like pretty much like there was people like, we want to put Mickey Rourke in there. You need to sacrifice big parts of the movie to accommodate Mickey Rourke, and then also we don't want to make it that heavy.
Stacey James, by the way, there is a Fear commentary on the Patreon, and it's like 60% in the voice of Mark Wahlberg. Like that's just what comes out when you dude. Fear's fucking amazing. I could watch that movie 6 times a year. I never get sick of watching Fear. I love that movie. It's fucking great. You will forever hold your peace. he's like, Nicole, go get me a Coke.
Dude, I swear, like the most, I know the most cringy shit thing I've ever seen. Like he seemed like he was trying to be like he looked like he had like a wallet with one of those chains that go and like hooks when he was going. I was like, you cringy fucking bitch.
Dude, I was telling
I don't know. He had to do Mark Wahlberg had the most punchable fucking face in that movie. Like straight up most punchable.
if our daughter ever come over with some dude and he was like, Nicole, go get me a Coke, I'd be like, motherfucker, I swear to God. Like, I would lose my shit right there. Rewatching Fear as a dad is fucking infuriating, but it's so rewatchable. It's so good.
I swear, but Mark Wahlberg looks like he smells like Funyuns in that movie. I don't know
the way he kisses. He's like, oh,
like he tries to eat her fucking face.
Yeah, it's fucking bad, dude. It's bad. Hey, where you fucking going? You trying to outrun the wind? You trying to find the African honeybees? Crack it open. Crack it open and say hello.
Yeah.
Oh, we read that. Suri. My dog's licking my elbow. DJ Grant.
Yeah, we read that one too.
Did we really?
Yep. That was the one.
Dude, look at fucking Scarface right here. I don't know if you can see all her scars, but look, she's got fucking stitches all over herself. Like, it's fucking crazy.
You dare show your face around here? You have been defeated in combat. You are now a eunuch.
My daughter called her Scarface earlier. Poor baby.
I don't really see anything.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to see on here. There's a hole right fucking there, dude.
Fake
it's crazy.
It's fake. It's fake.
This is a lie. Why do you lie to me? We answered that one already.
Yeah,
Scoot, and we're scooting. Food group, meat group. A plumber's ass says, "What's your favorite Bruce Willis movie not named Die Hard?"
There you go. My favorite Bruce Willis movie, not Die Hard, it would be Sixth Sense.
Ooh, that's a terrible choice.
No, it's not.
Not nearly one of the
your
best.
Your choice in shampoo is terrible. Not that.
The Last Boy Scout is what I'm going with. Way better than your choice. Way better.
No, it's not. It's essentially Die Hard without Die Hard.
The best choice. Your choice is terrible.
The only thing that's terrible is your shampoo selection.
What's your all's favorite Bruce Willis? Oh, Unbreakable's a great one. He was great in Unbreakable. Last Boy Scout's the best.
That's a good one.
Though.
Fuck, dude. I changed my mind. Unbreakable. I almost said something stupid like The Kid. Disney's The Kid.
You're gonna lose. Everybody hates you, and you're gonna lose. Like
Disney's The Kid. It was the best Bruce Willis movie outside of McClane.
No way is it Looper or The Fifth Element. I do love that.
People do love The Fifth Element. That's that's a huge classic.
Negative. I am a meat popsicle. That is a great fucking line.
But why? But The Fifth Element, is it really because of the performance by Bruce Willis, or is it because of Chris Tucker? Let's be honest. It's probably Chris Tucker.
He was great in that movie. Underrated ass Bruce Willis movie though is fucking Hostage. Dude, Hostage is such a good goddamn
Hostage
movie.
is good, and then there's another one called 8 Blocks, or was it?
16 Blocks.
16 Blocks. That's a really good one too.
That was a good one too. I think that was a Richard Donner film, if I'm not mistaken. The guy who directed
Superman
and Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon. It's not Superman. Shut up. Ryan West said, first time super chat. That's a lie, Ryan. Shut up. What are your top 5 or so Stephen King books? I've only read.
Hey, Ryan, it looks like you're out there at the WCW power plant. We hope to see you out there in the ring one day. You look like you got one of those.
We've seen you, Ryan. Don't you try to pull the wool over our eyes.
Where all the prospective wrestlers would go. Goes, just a graduate from the WCW power plant coming in here on his debut at Monday Nitro. Ryan, you got top 5 Stephen King books. Well, I would say, I don't think I could rank them, but just top 5 books. The Long Walk, which it wasn't under Stephen, it was under his pseudonym name, Richard Bachman, which is weird. He was trying to
Richard Cockman.
What he was trying to be like, because Stephen King had a certain style about him. So he wanted to have so when people saw Stephen King, they assumed it was going to be this type of book. So in order to get away from that, he literally made up a character, like an author named Richard Cockman, aka Bachman, and and tried to write. But people figured it out because it's literally Stephen King can't change the way he writes. But anyway, it's The Long Walk, Salem's Lot, The Shining.
Suck Me Gentle, Suck Me Sweet.
That's a good one, but it's not going to make my top 5 just yet. Carrie is really good, and my 5th one, as a book, it's actually a really good book. The movie was fucking terrible, but the book was pretty good. The Tommy Knockers. I'm sorry. The Tommy Knockers would be in my top 10. My number 5 would be The Dark Tower. I'd have to say, the Gunslinger, the first part of the Dark Tower series. The Gunslinger is my number 5, but that's in no particular order.
Yeah, I got nothing. I've never read the Stephen King books. I read Insomniac, and I was fucking bored out of my fucking gourd. The guy's too long-winded for me. Wade's Movie World. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. Sweet of you. Says, hey guys, hope you all are doing well. I just wrapped up the school year teaching my third graders who are now going to fourth because you fucking successfully put them in the next grade. Let's fucking
That's
go.
right, Wade.
Teach America's youth how to not be dick faces. He says, looking to spend some much needed time at the movie theater. Keep up the wham.
Hey,
yeah,
man,
dude.
Cool beans, man. That's awesome. I bet you're like looking for, you're like fucking summer vacation, bro.
Let's go.
And then like, oh, you're not gonna like hopefully wind up what I do like in summer school. It's like, can you teach the remedial kids? Like, fuck you.
That dude,
I'm going on vacation.
That is a Patreon. By the way, we're doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre soon. That's our next Patreon commentary. But Summer School is
such a good movie.
We got to do a Patreon commentary.
It's like Summer School is so cool because like that was the first time I watched that movie in a comedy movie. They referenced and showed footage of a horror movie in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was like, what the fuck? It felt like a crossover. And the girl and the one girl in the movie was in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. No, she was in People Under the Stairs.
I don't remember, but like I love that movie.
Yeah,
that's a fucking great movie. But yeah, no, that's fucking amazing work that you do, man. And just keep those kids from being shitty to each other.
Yeah, dude, I have the utmost respect for teachers, dude. I could not imagine being surrounded by that shit fucking day in, day out for fucking 8 hours a day.
Yeah, just keep those kids from being shitty to each other because they're so fucking mean to each other, man. It's
I come in drunk as fuck. Dude, does anyone know what a hangover is? It means you're an alcoholic. You got a disease, dude.
School of Rock. Right. JK says Cyberpunk or RoboCop Rogue City. Jay, pick one.
RoboCop Rogue City. Right off the gate. Right off the bat. Like Cyberpunk's good. Cyberpunk took a while to get good. Get good, son, to keep up in this world. But it finally did get good. If you guys are curious, Cyberpunk 2077 is actually a decent game now. It took a fuck ton of updates and bug fixes, but it's good. RoboCop Rogue City, though, I'm going to give it to them. They did a great job. They weren't a huge AAA studio. They're a AA studio. They got Peter Weller to reprise his role as RoboCop. It's fucking awesome. If you guys haven't got, I think it's cheap too. It. I know. I bought this motherfucker that for his birthday.
I played it.
You played one level and quit. You played one level and quit.
I played it a bunch more since
I don't believe you.
I played it a bunch more since then. It's fucking great. It's awesome. I love it. It's fucking great.
What level are you on?
How far are you into the book I bought you about the action?
I already read it all.
You did not, you fucking liar.
I did. I read all of it. I can quote you shit right now.
Tell me what chapter 6 is about.
Chapter 6 was about him coming home and finding his wife fucking his plumber.
Daniel Flores says, deep down, Jay hates doing these voices. Oh, he hit you deep in the fucking heart. He said, I'm looking at you and I find you wanting, is what he said.
You know what, Daniel? I find your Beetlejuice profile pic wanting. That's what I find.
Nighttime says, yo, Mike and Jay, have you ever had a mohawk? No. I can say
I don't think it's gonna work. But the receding hairline, eventually I will have one. If a few more years, like nature will give me one.
You can try it.
By the way, Daniel, I don't hate doing voices. I want people to know, like, I mean, it's fine. I don't really give a shit. Like, I swear to God.
I concur. I don't think Jay hates it at all. But I will say I never had a mohawk. I had a faux hawk. I had a really tall faux hawk. About to like
Did you
here.
Audition for Simple Plan when you had one?
Did I try to what?
Audition for Simple Plan when you had a faux hawk?
No, but I did walk out.
No, but I had a really big boat.
We went, dude, it's a funny story because with your niece Annie, like we went to a fucking show and
my niece, my cousin, you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you're in Kentucky, so it's hard to figure out.
There was a Rupp Arena show in Lexington, Kentucky, where it was like a 104.5 event, and they had like Simple Plan and Backstreet Boys, some shit like that. And she knew somebody who was like a bodyguard or some shit. So they gave us these seats to the show, right? And I was wearing a red hoodie, and it was over my head. And we walked out onto the stage to go to our seats because the security guard let us in behind. And this whole group of girls in the front, because Simple Plan was one of the bears, thought I was actually fucking Pierre. Like, because the way my hair was and shit like that. And they were all freaking the fuck out. And then they were all making fun of me. Yeah, because they thought I was Pierre from fucking Simple Plan. I was much younger than obviously. But yeah, I don't know what the point of that conversation was. I'm gay.
Because you said you had a faux hawk. Like, don't flex your goddamn fucking hairline on people.
Something like that. That should happen. I did have a faux hawk because I had a bad haircut. I let
you can only have a really good faux hawk if you have a good hairline. I don't have a good hairline. So I can't do it.
Well, I don't either now. Not in the back.
No, your hairline's fine.
You're fucking butt's hairline's fine. I want to lick it.
It
How
is.
about that?
I get my shit edged up at the barbershop.
That's the fucking show, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Hey, listen to me.
You sounded so drunk when you did that. You're like, let's fucking show. Let's Mandela.
Beer and cock and books. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks,
Now you made me feel drunk. I wasn't feeling drunk, and now I am because you said that. Listen,
I just now started feeling, dude.
Fugazi.
I'm ready for another hour.
Let's go. I'm down. Listen, Saturday night, live on WCW Nitro. Saturday night.
Tony
Patreon
Schiavone,
stream.
tell him.
Yeah, you can join the Patreon right now, for free for a week, and check out the live stream this week. If you join the $10 tier, it'll gain you access to this Saturday night's live stream. You can do it right now for free. Hang out with us this Saturday night. What we do is in the first hour, we fuck around. In the second hour, we do a beer chug together with the members of the show. In the third hour, we play music and get real fucking weird. It's the weirdest shit you've ever seen in your life. Sign up, try it now. Hang out with us this Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And, but apart from that, we fucking love you guys just for hanging out with us here. We really do appreciate it. It means the fucking world to us. I have the best time during these fucking streams. Really and Mota, who will be there Saturday night because he is a Patreon member, says, did either of you own a pair of PF Flyers growing up? If not, what was your favorite shoe? Also, what is the outfit you remember vividly growing up?
Oh, dude, I can answer those questions for show. The PF Flyers, I never owned them. They always looked cool. I never had them. My favorite shoe, I don't know. I never really cared about shoes. I guess Timberlands. Boots.
I said Timberlands.
Timberlands. I like that, dog. No, I actually do like Timberlands. But I usually wear boots, and Timberlands. No, Doc Martens were the best, but they were expensive as fuck. Doc Martens were still expensive as shit. And then the outfit I remember vividly wearing. We had picture day at third grade. It was fucking stupid. I don't know why the fuck I did that, but it was picture day at third grade. It's still up down. You know what? Maybe I'll show it on Patreon because mom kept the fucking picture, dude. It's goddamn awful. Third grade. You're supposed to bring in something to take a picture with, like, you know, a toy, your favorite, whatever. And I brought in Godzilla. It was a Godzilla toy. And I was sitting there with my fat face. And I wore a full-on jogging suit, dude. Like, full on. Like, it's purple and blue and pink or whatever.
I've literally seen the pictures. I know.
I've got a white shirt underneath, right? And then it's a jacket, a jogging jacket, zip up with matching pants. Like, this was like in the 1990s that you would go, like, jogging with. I wore that shit to fucking school. Like, I look like you know, like the fat guy that was running in the Devil's Devil's Advocate.
Yeah,
that's what I was wearing. Literally the same fucking suit. But the different brighter colors.
I always had an embarrassing relationship with shoes. Like I bought some Scottie Pippens before like sophomore year, and they were like pure black, gigantic Nike shoes because I thought I was going to be in the NBA. It was a whole thing. And I remember sitting in the bleachers on the first day of school, and some of the basketball players were sitting there, and I saw one dude like talk to the other. He's like, "Check out this fucking shoes," and they're like laughing at me and shit. The shit was embarrassing. But my favorite pair of shoes growing up before that was obviously the LA Gears as a kid with the light up when you would step and they would light the fuck up. There's nothing cooler than that in the whole fucking world. And obviously
you wear them until you're like in like 12th grade.
Yeah. No. And the pump up shoes where you could pump them up before you went to dunk or whatever. Like those are fucking great as well.
I never got to own those.
The outfit I remember vividly growing up was my parents would never buy me Jinkos. They would never let me have Jinkos. If you guys know what Jinkos are, but I went to Gadzooks in the mall. And I did find on clearance because they were like $9.99 because it was the only way I was going to get my parents to buy them. They were they were shorts. They were corduroy shorts, but they were OTB on the brink. And everybody made fun of me for wearing them. But I bought them at Gadzooks. So I thought I was just as cool as the kid wearing Jinkos. And then everybody was making fun of me. And I was like, no, dude, OTB is like a subsidiary of a Jinko. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows it's a Jinko pair. And I got fucking railroaded. Corduroy shorts, yeah. I didn't have a good time.
I remember I got made fun of when I was wearing my jeans, and I thought I was wearing FUBU because I was hanging out with black folks, and they were like, "You had to wear FUBUs," and I didn't have any.
FUBU was
and I had the FUBU. I went to Doll Hairs, and I thought they were FUBUs, and they weren't because I didn't know they were actual brand. I just thought they were like dark colored jeans, and that's what the slang was. They called them FUBUs. So I bought these dark ass colored jeans, and I went to school the next day, and they were fucking. I turned out they were goddamn like shit kicker fucking jeans. They're like fucking tight ass fucking goddamn cowboys. How you doing? And I was in there, and I was hanging out with my black folk friends, and Jonathan Gibson. I remember exactly who he was. He's like, JT dog, what you got on? And I was like, what? And I was in home ec, and he was like, what you got on? And I was looking at my jeans, and then him and Brandon, I can't remember that guy. He was like, God, he's like, what the fuck are those? And they start making fun of my fucking jeans. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Because they were wearing what I wanted. And I was like, oh my God. And so I excused I asked the teacher to go to the bathroom. And I actually went up to the payphone and I called mom on 1-800-COLLECT, come get me. Because I said I was sick. So I could change my fucking jeans.
I remember this. Well, post high school though, when I could finally like get my own clothes and what I wanted, I did do the Dickies, like the old school Blink-182 Dickies, the long ass Dickie shorts, and I would wear them around my fucking ass, and I would sag them, and I'd wear long tube socks and like Airwalk jeans, and I would have like a fucking I would have a trucker hat that was like cocked sideways and backwards, like the full fucking Dickies look.
That shit remind me of Joe Pesci in The Super. It's like you like jump out and you're like, hey, do I look like I'm bleeding? It's like, yeah, you look like, hey, look at me. There's no way in hell I'd have my money strapped to my fucking leg.
I joke, but that look got me laid a couple times out of high school.
Yeah,
after high school, post high school for sure.
In certain neighborhoods it works. In other neighborhoods it don't.
Hey, we love you fucking guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We had a great fucking time. I hope you did too. We'll see you guys on Saturday night in the Pet Shop stream.
See you guys there. Bye, guys. Bye.
I fucking hate Jay so much. I wish. Wait, what was that live? That you guys caught that? Good night, Dark.